Hey everybody and welcome back. We are about to check out the Cauldron Gauntlet semifinals followed by a live finals here tonight. Looking forward to it. Let me hop into Discord here and catch up with the fellas. I think we got WIZZER and VULNOX with me tonight.
Games.
Okay.
Watch some replays.
I don't know who you're going up against.
Yeah.
Keeping it a mystery.
What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up,
Hey,
man?
FLAPJACK.
Yo, yo, yo. How we doing?
Good, dude. I'm excited for this.
I hope we are hyped. It's all come down to this, guys.
Everything has been so close so far, like in the round of 8.
Yeah, this whole playoffs has been super close, I feel like.
Let's see. Can I?
Yeah.
Let's see. Can I look at this bracket without spoilers?
Yeah.
I can. Okay. Let's take a quick peek at this bracket, gang. So WIZZER defeated by 11 in round 1. Legacy took down Co.
Or I beat 11 and then I lost to MAURICEMOSS.
Oh, sorry. You went 3-0 against 11 and lost to MAURICEMOSS in round 2. VULNOX, though, his entire path here has been all 3-2s. So,
Yeah.
nail biters.
Flying by the seat of my ass.
Keeping it
Yeah.
spicy for the viewers.
Unbelievable. And then MAURICEMOSS, he went straight into round 2 because of his performance in the first stage, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much wiping the floor with everybody.
Yeah, he went. He was the only person to go undefeated in the group stage.
And you guys played that one live, right? You and Maurice WIZZER.
Yes, we did. And
Yeah.
FLAPJACK cast it.
I know it was really close.
It was pretty close. It was a great series,
Yeah.
though.
Those were really
Yeah.
good games. All right, just getting a couple audio levels checked out here, guys, and then we should be good to go. VULNOX, can you talk to me real quick?
Yeah. I was just gonna say I felt pretty fortunate to beat Ins actually. And I did start out 0-2 in that series.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we casted that, right?
Yeah.
Or-
They do kind of blur together, I'm not going to lie.
They do. Yeah.
And I think we casted with MAURICEMOSS. Me, VULNOX, and MAURICEMOSS.
Yeah, that's
once.
Mother,
that
I'm
day.
a big boy. I can
Yeah.
do as I wish.
No, Maurice is on right now.
But yeah, like looking at their bracket, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 of them have been 3-2s, 2
Yeah.
3-1s, and only 1 3-0.
So
and I think the
close.
only reason I 3-0'd 11 was because he was random and he didn't get his main race.
Look,
Yeah, Tortle was random too, and I played. Go ahead,
I was
FLAPJACK.
gonna say I'm looking forward to see the matchup between MAURICEMOSS and URIXOP because I think they
Yeah.
are pretty evenly matched. Urix has definitely wiped the floor with me before, and Maurice was just so strong up to this point.
Yeah, so MAURICEMOSS, he beat URIX 2-1 in the group stage. So we'll see if he can repeat his performance. But the games were tight.
I think if it's cool with you, FLAPJACK, we were talking about doing that series first.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds good. Let me just get into StarCraft, and we can get it going.
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna pull up your stream.
Oh yeah, we have ALEXKIDD, ALEXKIDD, Dave, Samo, MAURICEMOSS. Welcome everybody.
Appreciate you guys being here. And I appreciate VULNOX and WIZZER, of course, for joining me on this cast.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good day of games.
There we go.
Nice.
Okay. I need to get you in.
All right.
Do you have those replays too, or do you want me to host?
If you could host, that'd be sick.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, great. MAURICEMOSS in the chat says,
Super Nintendo
had been playing in his own tourney. As we all know, VULNOX set up this tourney so he could just smurf on everyone.
He just kind of decides when to win.
I bent all the rules to my favor
Nintendo Chalmers.
in ways that are really hard to notice.
All right, so we're loaded up for our first series of the semifinals tonight, guys. It's a best of 5 between our Terran player, MAURICEMOSS, and our Protoss player, URIXOP.
All right, let's do it.
All right, let's get it.
So I feel like we haven't seen that much of URIXO, even though he's won one of these before, but he doesn't play in the weeklies, the bi-weeklies, because of the time difference.
Right.
Yeah.
So I actually feel like I know the least about him compared to some of the other players.
Well, he's gonna show his best cards as we head into game 1 of this best of 5 semifinals. And in the top left, our blue Protoss player, it is URIXOP.
And in the bottom right, the purple Terran from Valid Gaming, MAURICEMOSS.
All right, so for those of you that missed our previous cast of these guys when they played, in the group stage, MAURICEMOSS did win 2-1, and it was kind of off the back of Yurix being very aggressive. A few like 1 base or kind of like early 2 base timings, and really sieging MAURICEMOSS. Trying to deny the natural. Or get some blink stalkers push up into the main. So we'll see if he goes with the same strategy.
Probe coming in, gonna do a little light harass on this SCV. MAURICEMOSS is on top of it. Throwing down to get some gas. And he does lose that first SCV. First blood drawn.
I think this happened in their previous series also. So, URIXOP
I think you're right.
The better of the worker micro. I don't really like his building placement though, right? There's no Reaper wall, which I think is, it's pretty achievable on this map, right, Flapjack?
Reaper wall is actually a bit tricky on this map. I don't know if I'm doing it right, but for me it requires 2 pylons in the wall, so it's a little ugly.
Okay, well, I mean, we see Yurix's second pylon dropping down, and he does look like he's going 2 gate before Nexus, so this is gonna be something aggressive.
And there's a probe out on the map, on the high ground. Are we gonna see a proxy? He's chrono boosting Warp Gate, going Adept and Stalker. MAURICEMOSS taking his command center on the low ground.
Yeah, no fear.
He's getting a bunker.
Slight bit of fear.
So he's not completely YOLOing here.
URIXO is like continuously selecting this probe, like he really wants to do something with it any second now.
It keeps highlighting, but he's not doing it. MAURICEMOSS's Reaper is staying at home right now. And he's gonna take his natural expansion here. So this is not completely all in.
Yeah, but it doesn't just feel like he's a bit behind now.
With 2 gates, I feel like you want to make 4 units and pressure, but he is sending the Stalker across, so you'll get an idea.
1 Adept and one Stalker, so I really don't think this is a great opener from Yurix. Maybe he's just, he just wants to be really safe against the Reaper, wants to be really safe against any early aggression. But I feel like he's a bit behind. And
MAURICEMOSS filling up that bunker fast. Kenny Rogers Roaster's serious about protecting his base. You like to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we see MAURICEMOSS already pull ahead in the worker count, which is something you never really see in TVP, because Protoss does have chrono, and Protoss chronoing workers on 2 bases. Even Zerg can't catch up to that. It isn't until Zerg gets a 3rd base that they can overtake the Protoss in workers.
URIXOP does get a proxy pylon on this high ground. He's warping in a couple of Adepts. He's got 3 now, which is enough to one-shot a Marine and an SCV.
Yeah, Waves on the way.
Yeah.
This is an old.
Picks off the Hellion right away, gets the Reaper as well. He's gonna finish the Shade. That's a dead mule.
Oh man, and I feel like he could have maybe traded better versus these Marines. His bonus light damage.
Does get cornered by those Marines there a little bit, but still, that narrows the gap down to only a 3-worker lead.
Yeah, wouldn't you want to drop another gate as URIX, or even 2? I mean, I don't really know about glaives in PvT, but PvZ you want 4-gate glaives is, you know, it's just a pressure. It's not really an all-in. It isn't until you get like 5 gates or 6 that you're all in with it.
Right.
But we do see a Dark Shrine dropping down.
Ooh.
So he's trying to catch him with the mix-up, maybe.
I'm a little surprised he hasn't put a gateway near his proxy to speed up these warp-ins, but it hasn't affected him really yet. Gonna try to take a stab at this SCV. MAURICEMOSS is ready for this, though.
Wait, so if I thought you needed a Nexus for fast warp-ins, but you just need another building?
A gateway specifically, or a Nexus will make it a warp conduit.
Oh man, it's just
Adept's
straight up
trading
fighting.
so well
Yeah.
against these Marines. Tank is now in position. There is a Raven here. So between a siege tank and an auto turn, I think he's safe for now. More
Yeah.
Adepts warping in.
MAURICEMOSS, you know, maybe feeling his spidey senses that there should be more Adepts than this. If he's going, you know, like a 4-gate or a 5-gate. So I think the Raven, a good choice considering URIX is following up with DTs.
He's gonna throw a reactor on his starport. Stimpack is started up for our Purple Terran player here. Still pumping out 2 Marines at a time.
I think the first wave of adepts was really strong, but after that, it's just like once this wall went up, he probably should have stopped a little while ago, I think.
Oh, he's even gonna go for DT Blink.
Oh wow.
So that wall won't matter too much, at least for Dark Templar. I'm surprised.
Oh, he finds the proxy pylon.
Yep, the Raven finds it. But there's
And I think the Raven
you had to, because it did
had a
some.
glimpse of the DT.
Yeah, there was damage to one of these DTs. DT
Yeah,
Blink
and
is
it's
not.
turret.
3 turrets are going up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice
a good
Oh.
catch by MAURICEMOSS. Gets 2 of the DTs. The bunker survives. Okay, 4
Yeah,
Stalkers
it
and a
really feels
Warp
like-
Prism here. I think that's a good call to get a Prism.
Yeah.
It really feels like MAURICEMOSS has kind of like held all of URIX's shenanigans this game, and he's just, you know, ahead in every conceivable way, it feels like.
Yeah, he's even taking his 3rd CC on the high ground here. Not too crazy worried about this, it would appear. DT Blink is about to finish, but so is Stimpack. Okay.
Yeah, and MAURICEMOSS has like +1 halfway done. He's got the Raven, he's got 3 turrets. He's sitting pretty right now.
Yeah, this Raven's even in the main base where this DT will be dropped. Turret does some damage to the Prism.
But he's working.
Oh yeah, oh, trying just getting nothing done. Kill tank.
Doesn't even get the tank to repair on the
Nice.
tank. Nice, and that DT gets
no.
blasted. MAURICEMOSS looking good after that engagement. 99 supply to 66.
MAURICEMOSS just has the answer to everything so far.
Yeah, swatting
we
away
also
every
see-
aggression.
I remember in their first best of 3, URIX had these spotter stalkers. Like you would see Zergs have spotter lings, but stalker is considerably more expensive than lings.
Yeah,
and
man.
I think MAURICEMOSS he found a hole in URIX's coverage, and he's 2 medevacs, you know, partially loaded up near the 12 o'clock of the map.
3rd base going down for Protoss, trying to catch up. Still down 6 workers. MAURICEMOSS with a bit of Marine Marauder bio here in these medevacs, posturing like he wants to do a drop. At the same time, moving.
Hunter Stalker gets taken out.
Yeah, Stalker got obliterated. This pylon's gonna go down, so URIX will lose his reinforcement point on this side of the map. And at the same time,
Yeah.
he's moving in the drop. This is just outside of Protoss's vision.
Oh, I would love to see Maurice like go to the 3rd as well during this time.
And he's gonna.
Oh my god, this is a huge Artotis file.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 huge Artosis pylons.
Upgrades,
Oh my
Immortals
God.
all stopped. He picks up. Gets out of there with most of that bio.
And now he's moving in with the force to the south.
Yep, he's got a Widow Mine here, some Marauders, a Siege Tank, couple Medivacs. Stims in. There's nothing here. Protoss army's still at the main base. And that tank siege is up. That Nexus is done.
Yeah, Yurix just, you know, he was too far behind in macro from his opening. He doesn't have enough army to kind of, you know, watch for the drop and deal with the force and hold his third at the same time.
MAURICEMOSS took his third while that was going on.
Yeah, flew his CC down to the third base location there. Still has these Medivacs on the top side of the map as well, and sort of forcing Urix to play defense here with his Stalkers. He is going to try to take another third base right underneath that scan.
Yeah, MAURICEMOSS has a Widow Mine planted at the other third.
So DT Blink has not really been a factor yet in this game.
Yeah, not at all.
Terran has finished up their 1-1. And +2 weapons is on the way. Protoss only halfway done with their first set of upgrades. And he's got to know that this third base is in big trubs.
Yeah, and he doesn't really have any splash either. So, you know, once Gary gets to a certain point, it really feels like Protoss needs like 1 or at least 2 forms of splash.
Yeah, he's got the DTs. He could try to blink more on top of the army. Oh, those Widow Mines! Shield Battery Overcharge is used. It's just a Depth Sentry here. This bio is not dying.
Yeah, not enough DPS for Protoss here.
MAURICEMOSS takes game 1.
URIXOP has the height of good manners.
We love to see it.
Yeah. Nice guy. Unfortunately, his you know, multi-layered attack didn't quite work out for him. We'll see if he can pull it back in game 2.
Yeah, would have liked to see DT Blink get some use there. I don't even think he had an opportunity to use the ability once.
I think he blinked on top of the tank, but he still didn't get it.
Oh yeah, because that amazing repair. Well played. All right,
All right, game number 2.
let's head into game number 2.
Yeah, Romanticide is a much bigger map, so you know, I might favor the more macro style of MAURICEMOSS, but there also are a lot of places to hide a proxy on this map. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes.
And speaking of proxies, in the top left corner, down a map, our blue Protoss player is URIXOP.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, the purple Terran from Valid Gaming, MAURICEMOSS.
Yeah, so Flapjack, what's your you know, if you're Urix, you're Protoss, what are you thinking now? What do you pull out?
Well, the 2-gate opener didn't really. I mean, I think the problem last game is Urix was trying to like ride a middle ground between aggression and economy, because he did open 2-gate, but then he expanded after it instead of making 2 more units, and so he wasn't really able to have the economy that MAURICEMOSS had, and he also wasn't able to have enough units to really punish the greedier Terran. So
Yeah.
I would think of like even just like a super standard like 1-gate expand into maybe 3-gate Stalker. Let's see, but he's
Okay.
already throwing a pylon down.
Yeah, maybe you and URIXOP have a little different play style.
Yeah, I think
because,
so.
He's just cutting to the aggression much sooner this game,
Does-
which, you know, I like for him.
Okay, I thought he was gonna get this SCV again, but Maurice says, "You got me once, never again."
I mean, yeah, Maurice pulls 2 though. That's like more than you want to pull. Well, but you know, it's better than losing an SCV.
As he does send an SCV scout out across. Just 1 gate this time. Well, no. 2nd gateway at the proxy. Maurice.
Yeah, but you're a little suspicious by now.
Yeah, he sees the lack of
Protoss should have an
expansion. Sees the second gas.
Although, URIX has 2 pylons, so I might not even think, like, oh, is there... You know, I wouldn't be sure, oh, is there a proxy? Right? Because you're always looking for a Protoss' second pylon.
Right.
And feels
Right.
like... And it was there. So URIX, you know, maybe cutting a probe or something to get that extra pylon as a fake. But, you know, as time goes on, MAURICEMOSS is going to get more and more suspicious.
Yeah, as the lack of
he has a Reaper,
Nexus.
probably going to scout around.
Oh, it's going to be a proxy robo facility from the Protoss.
Sorry about that.
All good. Oh, and this Reaper finds it immediately.
Oh, yeah, but MAURICEMOSS, he's laying on his factory, is he not? It just started. And it could have started like almost 100 gas ago.
We'll see how much that ends up affecting him here. This bunker is not done.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's not bringing his other Marine. I think it's really important that he gets his bunker up.
Yeah, he needed to, I think maybe...
Okay. Oh, wow. Pretty good micro from MAURICEMOSS.
Yeah, no target fire on the SCV building the bunker, and it does complete.
Yeah, but Immortal coming soon, second Stalker coming, Warp Gate's on the way.
And the factory just now finishing up. And a reactor goes down on the barracks. No add-on yet on the factory.
Yeah, I would really like to see, like, what do you want here? Probably a Cyclone? Or do you just want a tank? Not really sure.
I'm a terrible Terran player, but I would make a tank in this situation. Or mines, I don't know.
Mine's probably not the answer, but it's like, it's this early aggression, I feel like it's like Cyclone you want. And
This-
obviously none of us are Terran players.
This bunker is gonna get crushed by these Immortal Stalker
Don't mess.
push. And all of a sudden, URIXOP is looking command in this game. He moved up the ramp. Supply depot is still down.
Yeah, no, and the tank's just halfway done. It's gonna be too late. The second Immortal's gonna join. Oh, and he's gonna get on top of the tank right as it pops. The boys are pulled, but I think it's too late.
More Stalker reinforcements coming in.
Okay, he's making room for his tank. He's making room for his tank. If he sieges up in a good position, you know, he might still be able to hold. He's not microing the
Oh,
tank.
the tank! The tank!
Oh no.
The tank!
Fix MIA.
I mean, the SCVs are getting good damage. Okay, yeah.
Oh, man.
And GG is called. Early aggression. Paying off this
nice
game.
one from URIX.
Yeah.
But I really feel like Maurice, like, he was just a bit sloppy with his build. You know, just late factory, late tank. You know, it really felt like he, you know, was out of sorts a bit, maybe.
I mean, once again, he was dealing with that early gateway pressure. Probably wondering how reinforcements are getting there so fast. Of course, proxy. And, yeah, he just wasn't able to shut it down this time. So that ties up our series 1-1 in this best of 5 for the Cauldron Gauntlet semifinals. What do you think, VULNOX?
I think that was a much better strategy for aggression for URIXO there. I like the Immortal play. It felt like the Adepts and the DT like depend on your opponent messing up too much, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whereas an
I don't
Immortal
know.
is just brute
Yeah.
force no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I wouldn't have even minded the adapts into the DT if it were like, you know, like a 3-gate or something. He just like walked that middle ground. It felt like, you know, that FLAPJACK was making a point on earlier.
But yeah, in this last game, it was much more aggressive, much more focused, and I think it really paid off for him. We'll see if he continues these shenanigans in Game 3. And we'll see what MAURICEMOSS has for it.
All right, let's do it. And I think that on the bigger maps, I would kind of suspect URIXO might be more likely to proxy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of based
Though
yeah.
Jagannatha it has a lot of bases. The rush distance surprisingly isn't that long with the speed zones.
And speaking of rush distances, our purple Terran spawning in the bottom left corner is MAURICEMOSS.
And in the upper right, the blue Protoss player, evening it back up in that last game, URIXOP.
All right, now this is a map you can really easily Reaper wall. I feel like.
Yeah, this one's a lot easier.
Eric's not going for it. And the other thing, you know, I don't really like is if you're building it by your base, you can kind of, you know, wall around your mineral line, you know, to chase him around a bit. But the Yerks kind of throws it, you know, just hugging right up against his nexus. Wants to feel, you know, nice and safe.
Nice and cozy.
Yep.
No proxy racks or any kind of shenanigans out of MAURICEMOSS yet in this series.
Yeah, he strikes me as a you know, a very safe and solid player, who kind of just wants to, you know, react to what his opponent's doing, hold it, and you know, when you're ahead, get more ahead.
That was an aggressive worker defense there.
Oh yeah,
Four SDVs.
He's not having it no more. Yeah.
You know, he lost his SCV once, so you know. What's that saying? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Shame on me. Try to fool me 3 times. I'm pulling workers aggressively. I think the saying goes something like that.
Yeah, that was President George W. Bush with that quote. Plays Terran.
Yeah, amazing Terran player.
Yeah.
Quite a fan of the nukes.
Oh God. CC going down on location for MAURICEMOSS. Did he go Marine first? It looks like he did.
And again, 2 gates from Urix. But nothing proxied on the map just yet.
He's going to do double Stalker this game. And so far, just non-stop Marine production out of our Terran player. He's going to get a bunker at the front. And here comes, I would imagine, the proxy probe.
Yeah, and I like how this this probe of MAURICEMOSS is being followed by a different probe from Urix. Oh, this location, maybe a proxy Stargate. Although I would have really liked to see it on the other side of the grass.
Yeah, this could be a little more tucked away, couldn't it? It's barely, I think, out of like default scouting path. But
yeah,
still.
Imagine just, you know, putting it super close to the main. Because anything that would scout there is going to scout this location also. Oh, and 2 more gates go down. We're seeing a 4-gate, boys.
Oh my.
This is some Wings of Liberty shit.
Let's go. There is a bunker at the front. Reactor going down on the barracks. Factory finishing up.
Okay, so this is just a warping pylon.
This is a Wings of Liberty 4-gate.
Yeah, okay.
Dude, this Marine out here did not spot this pylon.
Oh. Man, what path did he take?
It's so
He's
close,
doing so much scouting for proxies.
He really is.
I mean, he has to know something's up, you know?
Yeah.
It's more of a scouting, like, it would be nice to know, is it a proxy robot, proxy Stargate? He sees it now. Unfortunately, this Marine is, he's just walking past the Stalkers. Unfortunately, he is not on the same team as them.
There's 6 Stalkers about to hit the front here. We need to see a tank in production or something. We'll try to get a repair.
Okay, will he pick off SCV? Staying on the bunker.
Yeah.
Okay, keeps the bunker alive.
Kill the SCVs, maybe the mule. Still no factory production.
Yeah, I think you want to force them to keep sending more and more SCVs, make it more and more expensive.
More Stalkers joining the party. High ground bunker from MAURICEMOSS. And now he's got a tank in production, but is it going to be in time?
Yeah, I don't know. Again, laid off the tank. Good fight, Fat, and there's so many Stalkers.
Oh, he's got a second bunker here. I didn't even see that. All right, but he's going to start losing supply depots.
Yeah, I think at this point, you know, I wouldn't mind from Urix. Just take your next, you know.
So many SCVs repaired.
Like, I think you've gotten ahead by now. And you don't really have blink. Like, you don't have the tech to kill it. But Yurix, he's still hunting for more. He's microing the low stalkers back quite nicely. Now the tank shows up, and he's got to leave at this point, right? There's no way he stays.
I mean, it's still pretty close. Maybe he just warps in one more round of stalkers, then goes. I think that is the plan.
And these stalker, a lot of them are low health.
Yep. He's been good with the pullback micro so far, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has.
Good chunk of Marines here.
Decent concave.
I don't think stim.
Second tank also late.
Yeah, we need a second tank. There's no stim, no combat shields, anything like that. Just pure stalker versus Marine tank.
This game is straight from 2010.
Oh wow.
Okay, picks off the tank.
That was some heavy loss. I don't think that was worth it. He lost so many stalkers.
That was a lot of stalkers.
Oh.
The command center flying right over where the tank is perched to sort of mess up any focus fire. I like it.
Hey, this is good by URIXOP. I think he can keep poking like this, but you're right. He should drop a Nexus behind this and just.
Yeah, or even I wouldn't have mind like squeezing out a Twilight.
Yeah.
And getting blinked.
He can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gets the bunker.
Where's the next tank? Oh, it's up on the ramp.
We saw URIXOP kind of dominating supply during his first attack, and now he's just...
Oh, these poor Marines are fighting outside tank range. Now they're starting to kite back.
Yeah. See, this kind of harassment is great, but what's he gonna do behind it?
Yeah, there's absolutely no follow-up on this, but I really feel like he could, you know? Because he just finished his warping round now, had nothing spent on, he's choosing to go Stargate. I don't really like the Stargate choice.
Yeah, URIXOP is in danger of running out of gas here on this. All that aggression. MAURICEMOSS gonna try to fly this command center back over, push these tanks forward. Picking off the CC.
Oh, he's gonna get it.
Oh!
It's just saved.
You should have just.
Oh, that's huge.
Oh man! Even if you lose like 2 stalkers there, you just kill it. Oh.
Just wanted to clarify in chat, if you fly a CC over a tank, you'll actually auto-fire at the flying unit. And you can't focus fire the tank because you can't click on it. It just makes things hairier for your opponent.
That's when you do the the home and end turn your screen.
That's when you alt tab out of the game.
Yeah.
So many stalkers getting obliterated by these tanks, and at the same time, MAURICEMOSS has a cloaked, or it's not going to be cloaked yet, but he does have a Banshee on the other side of the map.
And Yurix is finally taking his natural.
Yep.
Ah.
Just one stalker at home to defend. No detection here.
He's about a minute or less from mining out of his
Oh man,
main.
this Banshee's gonna wreck face, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna kill everything. He has so much energy. Not the best micro.
There is an Oracle
maybe
out in the field on the other side of the map. Yurix needs to bring that home to get a revelation on this Banshee, or he has no chance here. He's gonna lose so much mining.
Oh my god, he's pulling the probes. This is the Terran move.
What? He is. The boys are being pulled.
Okay, but these Oracles, if they go in and put the beam on the tanks, it could work.
Oracle's going for the mineral line.
Don't kill SCVs. It's not like he's still outbounding you, you know?
Yeah, you're right. That's not going to help that much.
I think, yeah. He could
Look,
have gone
Maurice
tanks.
already queues up all those SCVs right onto the tank.
Now he's
But
doing
the
it.
other tank, not that one. Oh,
Oh,
no!
He gets one, but man, I really feel like Yurix could have gotten both, and maybe
Ooh.
try and make something happen with the probe. Oh, he recalls.
He
the probe.
recalls into Banshee fire.
I don't know, and he's going right back.
Yeah, forced to evacuate his base again. Oracle's come back. I mean, even if he has a revelation, he doesn't have any units to shoot at it. There's no Phoenix, there's no Stalkers.
Yeah, and Yurix is not mine. Like,
This Banshee is gonna kill a Nexus by itself.
He's in danger. Yeah.
Ralph Wiggum voice, I'm in danger. There's a revelation.
but yeah, he just started mining again.
Yeah.
He has 14 probes, 26 SCVs. I really feel like he should have been more decisive. Although, maybe the decisiveness to keep butting his head with the 4-gate kind of burned him.
So even though he lost that Banshee just now, he knows where the army is, and Stim is done. This Terran Force wrecks Stalkers.
Oh, and he's
the top of the ramp!
Oh, that's
That might have been
quite
move command
unfortunate.
too.
Yeah, for a little bit.
MAURICEMOSS, the purple people eater himself.
Yeah, and he's sending this army out, and with his new army, he's just reinforcing his base. You know, I love it, so he can't die to any counterattacks.
I mean, yeah, even the scan even catches the stasis ward.
yeah,
this is-
micro getting footprint to trigger it.
This is really scary if you're Protoss.
Yeah, no medevacs though, so he has like 1 or 2 stims, but I still think that's gonna be more than enough.
The production tab says it all. I mean, URIXOP just
Yeah.
sort of finds himself running out of steam here. Then warping a couple Zellies, but
No tech, slow zealot, stalkers without blink. The bio just ripped.
Stim Bio just shredding gateway units. And it looks like MAURICEMOSS is going to go up to a 2-1 lead here. Stims killing probes.
Bio's so low though. But Urix doesn't have a Nexus, and he can't get one.
Down to the bitter end.
I appreciate his determination. But it's 35 workers to 3.
And he can't even win.
And that's
There's
GG.
GG.
Well played by both guys there. Those Banshees really throwing a wrench in the plans of the Protoss.
I just think he's stuck on the 4-gate too long, you know? Like, I would have liked to see Blink or, you know, getting a Nexus behind it once MAURICEMOSS started to get tanks out. Because I honestly feel like Urix was in a commanding position there.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it was you said it, WIZZER. He's like, he's throwing down a Stargate. If this was a Nexus, it could be such a better situation. And then the Nexus follow-up was like a minute and a half after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if he took the Nexus a couple minutes earlier, and then also was maybe a little bit less aggressive with the Stalkers in a few spots.
I mean, I think you could have cut, what, like 2 Stalkers to get Blink.
Yep.
And I don't even think it's, like, really cutting the Stalkers, because he wasn't hitting the Warpins exactly on time. You know, there's, you know, a few seconds where he had the Warpin available, wasn't using it. You could squeeze in that Twilight Council and get Blink, and then, you know, then I think you can actually push through.
Yeah,
Yeah, instead,
definitely a lot scarier.
you know, instead it was like 8 gateway units and like they kill a bunker and like a couple Marines. But then a tank is out, and then it's like 12 gateway units, but now they're eating tank shots. And it just, yeah, didn't quite work out as he was hoping there. It was a good pressure, but ultimately MAURICEMOSS was able to hold and takes Game 3, putting him up 2-1 in this best of 5.
Yeah, we'll see if Urix can even the series here in Game 4 on Pillars of Gold.
Another close series so far, as we've gotten used to.
Yeah. Okay, so now on Pillars, right, this is gonna be our first map we've played that has a high ground natural. So...
Will that deter aggression from our blue
Yeah.
Protoss player who is spawning at the top right corner? Down a map in this best of 5, it's URIXOP.
And in the bottom left-hand corner, looking to close the series out, the Purple Terran from Valor Gaming, MAURICEMOSS.
Yeah, you know, I think this is as good a time as any for Protoss. Yeah, you can get a second base. Easy to hold. you got the high ground. It's perfect. But we'll see what Urix goes for.
I think
He is gonna pylon scout.
he could do more of a 3-base play on a map like this. Take the natural earlier.
Yeah. I think I would like to see something like that.
Yeah, we just haven't seen it yet.
Okay, this probe's taking a strange path. Or no, he's He's going to scout.
Urix is just
Looking like-
incredibly thirsty for blood.
Oh yeah. I do find that, you know, players on like the Asian servers do feel much more aggressive and, you know, micro-oriented.
I mean, did you guys watch Parting versus Innovation today?
I watched something. It was messy, man.
It was insane. VULNOX, did you catch it?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Well, I won't tell you guys the results, but they there was a quote from Parting that they played, and he's like, "Yeah, I just feel like Protoss is the strongest when they are the most aggressive."
Well, yes, when you have like top 3 control in the world.
I mean,
Yeah.
true. There is a Praxi going down from Urix once again.
Aggressive pro pull.
Yeah, pro probes to get pull probes to get that SDV.
You know, he's keeping up his thing of work on worker crime. As he's saying, you know, this is our town, scrub.
MAURICEMOSS does go for a Reaper again this game, as he was going all Marines last game. He's gonna start
Proxy gateway.
poke around. He's looking for that. That would be the Proxy Void Ray location. Doesn't see anything there.
Yeah.
But this
He's
this
on a path to see this
yeah,
stuff.
the rally, he is gonna see this once again. Urix.
Oh no, he changed it up.
Wait, he had
Is
it.
he gonna miss it?
He had it. The line
No.
went to right there.
Will he come back to
Wait,
it?
wait.
Oh.
Okay, he's gonna see it. Okay,
And alarm bells go off.
very thorough. So he sees, you know, exactly what's happening. A gateway and a robo. Oh my god, he's gonna get the probe too.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of players would have let that Reaper sit there for a while before they moved it again.
Yeah, well, I think it's funny, right? You know, MAURICEMOSS, he's the Reaper is not for scouting the main. It is for scouting for proxies.
Yeah.
He knows what's up in the series.
You're not going to see too much in the main.
See, this is why Urix doesn't care about Reaper walling. He's like, you want to send the Reaper to my side of the map? Sure.
Bunker on the high ground gonna
All
swat
my
that
tech
stalker
is,
away.
out on the map. Nothing to scout my main.
Terran does have their second CC done already. And they throw down a second barrack. It's gonna start tank production.
Oh, I wonder if Maurice is like, he could hit with like a 3 Rex. That might be really good. Although I don't really know how that works out against a proxy robo.
Well, this Reaper,
But it seems like the 3 Rex cheese is quite strong.
yeah, the Reaper's gonna see the lack of a Nexus here. And I think MAURICEMOSS knows that these bunkers were good decisions. And he is, I think, pretty well prepared to take care of a couple gateway units and an Immortal.
Yeah, 2 bunkers and a tank.
Yeah. The War Prism is on the
Yeah,
way.
he even
I
scans
would
the
love to
Protoss
see
main.
Blink. He double scans.
He's like, wait, is there a Dark Shrine somewhere?
He wants to be damn sure.
And of course, there is not. No Twilight Council or anything like that yet, just the Robo that's proxied.
Will he scan the proxy?
Oh, to see if there's more? I think he kind of knows he can't afford much more. 3 gate and robo.
Okay, now real quick, this Warp Prism potentially can change everything, as he can take the fight away from these bunkers. Let's see how URIXOP utilizes this during this push here.
Yeah, and he's gonna have 2 immortals for some immortal prism micro. We'll really see how good his micro is.
Doesn't
Oh,
have.
he's gonna have to.
He has a fairy.
Slow fairy.
He doesn't have blink.
Oh,
But-
okay, yeah, Maurice has vision now. He's
Gets the tank, but there's another one.
Micro.
And Siege Tanks do so much damage to Stalkers.
Yeah, he can swing around.
Yeah, I would like to see move the Marines into this bunker. They're not really doing much. He's afraid to attack from the front.
The Reaper even coming home to help out with this. Ooh, that tank!
Spawns.
Oh,
Oh, he saves it.
Oh, gets the. Okay, there's one more tank.
down. Oh, there's
Oh,
just
it's
an
just
immortal
looking good.
sitting at the front. Urix has an immortal not doing anything.
Oh no, yeah, he does. He does. Stalkers are starting to get shredded here. He's got to get out. He did get 3 tanks and disrupted the economy completely here.
I think that might have been over if he brought that second immortal.
I mean, he still has a pretty okay shot here. I think the supply is 45 to 34 in favor of the Protoss. And these bunkers are not
He's also
remans.
way ahead of the workers. Oh, the Immortal's not shooting. It's stuck in
no.
the back.
He has no vision.
Oh,
He doesn't have the
no.
vision. The Warp Prism. Oh, okay.
A bit sloppy micro from URIXOP's side here. But he still has kind of like an overwhelming force. Let's see if he can get it done.
He really doesn't want to lose this Warp Prism here.
Oh, there's the Immortal again. Not pursuing. Immortals are so good against armored structures, armored units.
The juggle there was a little funny. He does have 2 Immortals again. He could try to drop on top of that tank while the Stalkers push the front. Let's see what the decision is.
Yeah, it'd be hard to drop with this many Marines, though.
Yeah.
Okay, you're starting a Nexus.
There is fun.
Good
Okay,
idea.
the 7-minute Nexus for Protoss.
I think he could have done this earlier, also.
Yeah.
All of these games have been such low economy slugfests. 21 workers to 23.
Oh, and
Banshee's out, by the way.
Starts. I like the Twilight Council decision. Like, if you have this many stalkers, you know, the blink is very good.
One thing to note is that no upgrades at all for Terran have been started or completed. There's no stim pack, no combat shields, no Banshee cloak.
I mean, yeah, I don't think you can afford it.
Yeah.
You get everything into units.
He actually pulled that Banshee back. I don't know if that was intentional or an F2.
Yeah, I was just looking for it. Yeah, it is back over here.
And we got a
The
DT
Marines
shot.
moving one way while the Prism moves the other.
Nice Immortal Warp Prism micro.
Those Immortals are pretty beat up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you know, I think you just chill a bit.
Dark Shrine's going to be the call. More tanks and Marines from the Terran.
Think he can contest this natural?
I don't. It's
I don't-
the high ground national.
I don't think he can either.
Yeah.
And he
I think
might
you're,
know
you're
it.
ahead in tech. I think just get your DTs in and like build probes and take a third behind it.
Yeah, I agree. I'd like to see him play more to deny the third. Take his own third now, maybe.
Yeah, because he has like entire map control.
Ooh, here comes the Banshee.
Nothing at home.
Yeah.
The Banshee now sees the DT shrine, which is a huge scout actually.
And it kills the single warping in Stalker.
Okay. Other stalkers are back now. And he has the observer, but you know, eBay going down, I think MAURICEMOSS is playing quite solid here.
Better than last time by a lot, but still not great.
Okay, DTs and Zealots loaded up into a Prism. There's Immortals just kind of hanging out by the front of the Terran natural base. It looks like they're maybe getting move commanded home.
If he goes right now, the turret's not up in the mineral line. Ah, but he has so much energy.
It's making a dive.
I would love to see the DT split up.
Okay, DT does pick off the SCV building the turret.
Okay, here comes the scan. Oh, the DT gets out of the scan though.
Ooh.
Oh, he could have kept working on
Yep.
that tank. I think.
Okay, he's
Yeah.
gonna drop again.
And now,
Yeah, so
Oh.
close, but he doesn't get the tank.
Oh, I think he's a bit more decisive there. He could have gotten it.
yeah.
And you know, now MAURICEMOSS, his macro's just chugging away, and he's pulling ahead now.
Tanks all over the main base. Stimpack about to finish up. What's he got? He has 4 tanks and 22 Marines right now. Up against
So
10
did a good job.
Stalkers and 3 Immortals.
His base is so he has so many turrets, he has bunkers, he has tanks super well spread. He has just had to endure just a siege upon his main game after game in this series.
Okay, third base going down for URIXOP. No third CC yet from Terran. Stimpack has finished up. Combat shield's on the way.
Now, I am surprised he didn't take a third CC.
I think
By now,
he
I should
just
say.
might be.
This might be just a +1
Scared.
timing. Like, or he could just want to
Yeah.
throw it all down once +1 finishes.
Yeah, you're right. A bunch of these upgrades are lining up, and maybe that's the timing.
And he's unsieging the tanks. I think
Yeah.
Oh,
it
here
might be
comes.
go time. Charge is about to finish up for Protoss. Concussive Shells finishing up for Terran.
Well, I would like to have seen, you know, a third behind this, or if you're gonna all in, like 2 more racks, or just pull the boys, you know. Because it feels like he's doing this. It doesn't have quite as much power, and I don't know what the follow-up is. But he's gonna finally clear up this proxy, which is quite nice. And honestly, if you can hit before Yurix gets Storm up, I think Yurix is dead. And Yurix is he's forgetting Storm.
Yeah, Storm is not researching. He's trying to get +1/+1. The one thing he has going for him is the Immortal count, and he does have some sentries. Some good force fields. Maybe he can throw MAURICEMOSS off. I mean, he's got 4 tanks coming across at the same time.
4 tanks is so scary.
Yeah. Okay, armies
Okay.
size each other up. Tanks leapfrogging forward. And these two find a nasty position right outside the natural.
Oh, can't have the ramp without two of his tanks really in the fight.
Force
But,
field's pretty okay.
Now we have an overcharge.
Yeah, but he has 2 tanks in perfect position, and Yurix doesn't have Blink. He got charged instead of Blink. So these stalkers are just fodder for the tanks almost.
There's no Robey at home to make a couple more moves.
Yeah, he lost his robo facility before he could get a robo bay up.
He has like 6 stalkers patrolling in his main. I don't really know.
Oh, these stalkers aren't a
What
part of the
for?
fight. Yeah, you're right. And there's no Raven here, too. He could be trying to warp in DTs.
Yeah, he is warping in DTs.
There we go.
Oh,
Insta-scan.
before they even attack.
GG, well played.
MAURICEMOSS.
So intensive. Who is responsible for that? And that means that MAURICEMOSS is going to go on to the finals. 3-1
Wow.
over Europe.
That was a great series.
Yeah.
Well
it's-
played. Wow, just really good defensive play from our Terran. Yurix was really trying to break him every single game.
Oh yeah,
MAURICEMOSS held a. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just to say, Yurix was not messing around. He was trying to fucking rip MAURICEMOSS's head
Like
off.
every single game. It was like, how many gateway units can you take? So good. The DT follow-up was really good. But yeah, just only in game 2 did that really work out. GG's to both players. MAURICEMOSS will advance to the finals.
And we'll see who he's going up against as we cast our second series.
That's right, guys. We got one more a best of 5 semifinal series to cast for you guys before we do our finals tonight.
And I'm gonna send you those. I'm sending you those replays right now. Sent them to WIZZER, and I'll send them to you too, FLAPJACK.
Okey-doke. Let's take a quick peek here. So this next series will be the Smurf VULNOX versus ALEXKIDD. So we'll get to maybe hear VULNOX cast his own play.
Well, I think I'm gonna hop out for this series,
Aw, jeez.
and then come back to either cast or play in the next one.
Ah, I see. I
Um,
see.
So
All right.
yeah.
Cool.
But you guys have the replays, right?
Yeah, looks like.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and load this one up.
Okay, sweet. Okay, I'm gonna make you
Or wait.
party leader.
Actually, no, wait. Sometimes. Wait, WIZZER, can you take party lead and load these up?
Oh, I just
Yeah.
tossed it to you, FLAPJACK.
Oh, okay, I'll toss it back to WIZZER. Sometimes when I do that, like when they're not already in this folder, it like fucks up my. I don't know why, but here.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not quite sure that myself.
Or I can just try it.
Here. I'm opening it from the download, but yeah, it's not in the replays folder. Are you loading in?
I am not.
Okay.
That's the thing. Okay, so I'll load these into my replay folder real quick.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, gang. We'll be back in 2 minutes for some more StarCraft. Don't go away.
Okay.
Okay, I think I got him, boys.
All right.
Should be good to do this thing. Can I get party lead?
Oh, sorry.
Oh wait, now I'm loading into. Oh wait, here we go. Okay, we're good.
This is some top quality casting.
You know, I get confused sometimes. But anyways, guys, we have a best of 5 coming at you right now. It's a TVZ ALEXKIDD versus VULNOX. WIZZER, are you ready for this?
I am.
All right, let's get it.
Wasn't ALEXKIDD part of Legion at one time?
I thought
Or
he
am I wrong on that?
looks like
It was a while ago, I think.
was a while back. Looks like they're on Easy Dunk now.
The hottest clan in NA.
Yep, and of course, spawning in the top left, the Smurf and the creator of this beautiful tournament. Give it up for Legion's VULNOX.
And spawning the bottom right-hand corner of a light shade LE, it is our yellow Terran from, as I said, the hottest clan in NA with the hottest little clan profile picture. It is ALEXKIDD.
And the hottest color, a blazing yellow.
Yeah, the yellow does look good on. I really like orange on Terran. I don't know why, but
Not a fan of the yellow on the Terran?
no, I like it. But I'm saying orange. I think is very underrated on Terran.
Orange perhaps underrated in general. Whereas purple for Zerg just blends right into the creep.
Oh yeah, it's interesting. For me, I've always just preferred green because you know, the good guys are green, the bad guys are red. Life is simple.
Right? And binary.
Yes.
Just kidding, folks. Okay, so we got a high ground barracks coming out from ALEXKIDD. VULNOX going for hatch first.
Yeah, both players playing pretty standard so far. Looks like VULNOX. Usually you rally your first round to gas. He did his second, so this is a little more mineral heavy. But honestly, I've been seeing this style from Solar recently, where he just goes hatch pool gas, because the link speed isn't actually that important versus Terran. It's only really important, like, you know, you can't really skip it entirely, because you'll get torn apart by you just auto lose to
anything.
2x Reaper.
But yeah, I think you do have a point there, because it really is the queen that's going to drive away those Reapers, right?
Yeah, and like it's you know, the Reaper can't really get much done after a certain point. And yeah, in early link speed is nice, maybe you catch the Reaper, but it's not that big a deal.
Well,
so
I think as far as playstyle goes, I feel like VULNOX is a very reactive Zerg player. I think he does best when he's on defense. He's really able, at least in the games I've played against him, able to swat away a lot of different types of aggression. So it'll be interesting to see how he scouts and how he plays this out.
I think my perception of VULNOX is he just gets better the deeper in a series it gets. You know, you take the first game.
Yeah, it's so true.
And he just reads you, and he'll beat you in the next one.
And he's like, yes, more roaches, yes, and then he wins the game.
Well, no, he finds out your weakness.
He does.
He takes one game to find your weakness, and then give you false hope before the Smurf crushes your dreams.
Yep.
And we're gonna see 2-base Muta, I'm pretty sure. So VULNOX did this in a series versus INS, right? His first round series. Another ZVT, where he, yeah, again, right? He went down 0-2. INS is probably feeling great,
God.
and then he reverse swept him.
You love to see it.
Do you?
I mean, only VULNOX though. There's gonna be Hellions popping out with the starport finishing up for ALEXKIDD.
True.
And man, if anything could slow down a 2-base Muta build, it would be Hellions getting into that mineral line.
Yeah, but right, it's quite easy to hold, because you can literally hard wall.
Which
from Hellions,
yeah.
Or you know, if it's 2-base Muta PVZ, hard wall from depths,
I can do as I wish.
and you're totally fine.
Oh, Bloodberry, thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. Welcome in, y'all. This is the semifinals of the Cauldron Gauntlet tournament, and we'll be casting a live finals after this best of 5.
Oh man, VULNOX not throwing. He's already been like 20 seconds late on his Spire. Okay, there it goes down now.
Okay, Spire's down.
But,
Baneling Nest finishing up. And there's a Reaper, a couple of Hellions down at the south side of the natural.
Yeah, and I think if you're ALEXKIDD, you should know what's up right now, especially if you see like these Lings and the Bane Nest. Especially the Bane Nest, you know, because the only other thing it could be is 2-base Roach. Maybe like a Nidus or Roach Ravager all in.
But even seeing the Baneling Nest at the front might tip your hat the other way, right?
Yeah, I think he has to know this is 2-base Muta.
Well, he's gonna know for sure once this Liberator gets in. Oh yeah, he did.
VULNOX has a good Overlord spread, right? It's so easy to defend if you're on 2-base. All right, let's see how quick VULNOX pulls back.
This Liberator does not see the Spire. But as you said before, the eBay going down may be signaling that he does have an idea.
Well, it's like double eBay, so you know it could just be his normal timing. But the Bane Nest and the fact that it's 2-bases, he should know what's coming. It's not great at taking down buildings
At all. But VULNOX also not doing anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he can really. Is it? Is he gonna force the cancel? That's crazy.
Yeah. I would hope there's no cancel!
Straight up kill! Oh my god, this is bad.
VULNOX letting, you know, the Smurf inside him says, we'll give him hope.
Yeah, because these Mutas, they should have been out. in time, right? But VULNOX didn't quite slap down that Spire right when he should have.
Turrets going
Build
up.
a little bit delayed.
Turrets are going up at home. You just dive on the SCV building the first one.
Wait, where are ALEXKIDD's Marines? He only has 8 Marines. I feel like this is kind of an error.
He was really investing in these Hellions. Okay, now that turret finishes.
Yeah, now, you know, ALEXKIDD's 3 racks is coming up production. He's adding 2 more barracks. I feel like he could have had more.
VULNOX starts at Bane speed, has more lings coming across.
I would love to see a double expand from VULNOX, right? Because your third got delayed. You have so much money. And like, you probably want a macro hatch, right? For all these lings.
Ooh, here come the lings.
Control. Oh my god, huge run by.
Muta's not a part of this fight. Mutas could join this fight.
There's 3 turrets.
Oh yeah, maybe not.
I would not want to go in here.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Widowmine takes care.
The play is just try to contain him. You know, try and contain Alex and macro up yourself.
Yeah, that was looking ugly at first for Terran, but now, I mean, VULNOX kind of just threw away like 20-some lings.
Yeah, Alex's production kicked in the nick of time. As we see him throw down 2 call down supplies. I think it's awkward for Terran when they get their you know, their depots killed.
Yeah,
I feel like supply blocks hurt more as Terran.
Well, because yeah, you end up using your orbital energy on these call downs. Which ones did he? Oh, he called down to the ones at the ramp at the main. Okay.
Or just, you know, supply depots take longer to build. They each take 1 SCV. Ooh, Muta gets picked off.
Ring
Not what
count.
you want to happen. Oh, he could catch this
Ooh,
morph.
ooh, ooh, ooh. It's always scary to dive on those Baneling eggs, though.
Oh, I feel like this is a mistake. Don't morph.
Bane speed is finished.
Yeah, I don't know about that Hellbat morph. Banes are exactly what you want to deal with, Hellbats.
There's a Widowmine out to the front here. Would love to see this burrow. And VULNOX, oh, those Mutas!
He
Just flying over a Widowmine.
Yeah, if it
Okay,
were
it comes back and
Burrow,
picks it
that
off.
would have been bad. Huge Bane morph.
Yeah, this is-
VULNOX is all in, basically. He's doing this off 44 drones.
This is, yeah.
I don't really think he can all in with
Oh, but the Banes!
Oh my god.
The Baneling connections were huge.
Yeah, Bane's quite good against Hellbats and Marines. But it's the same thing, right? I feel like you need an economy if you're gonna do these Banes.
Yeah, ALEXKIDD is getting ahead in supply here. He's making 8 Marines at a time. 1-1 is about to finish up.
19 drones in the production tab, so VULNOX was maybe busy microing a bit. He also hasn't hockeyed his 4th base, which is not ideal.
What the hell, VULNOX?
Yeah, I would love to see Alex, you know, you could get like maybe a few more turrets, maybe tank at the front, and take your 3rd.
Honestly,
Your Bioforce.
and Biomine is a great composition to take care of what VULNOX is throwing at him.
Oh yeah, 100%. Although this mine
Ooh.
spread is not ideal. If these mutas run into it, it can be terrible, but...
Couple mutas go down. Looking for an opening.
That's a decent bit of damage. But right, Alex is still, you know, quite far ahead. He's up 10 workers, which is a terrible place for Zerg to be, especially if they're doing, you know, a Lingbane Muta style, which that's where you want to be at that 100 drone count.
And ALEXKIDD looking
and, like,
to
continually trading.
Yeah, he's looking to be aggressive here, trying to wedge in between the 3rd and 4th base here. He's got mines to take care of this flank. Bio up here at this flank. Those slings are gonna run right through the mines.
Oh, but nice.
But the Banes.
Oh, were the Banes not a movement man? It felt like they all, or maybe was that the mine? They all blew up at once.
Muta's coming back home.
Surprise! He has so many meters. I think he can actually fight.
Yeah, the bio was a little beat up there.
Yeah, there were some Bane hits, some overstimming.
But even with that engagement, ALEXKIDD's still ahead here in supply.
Yeah, I mean he just has the economy to replace his army, and VULNOX doesn't. It's kind of the opposite of what you normally see in TVZ.
Ooh, these Widow Mines get another shot on the Mutas. It's gonna throw down a turn at third base. Ling's rallying straight into so many Marines. These Medevac's a little exposed.
VULNOX starting hive on 60 workers.
He's a madman. He's a psychopath. This is just how he plays.
I mean, Ultras would be quite good. The Marauder count is low.
He's gonna queue up 12 more Mutalisks, which basically die to every unit that ALEXKIDD is pushing across with. So it's gonna be all about the Bane Pain train, and if he can land some hits, these Widow Mines need to
Huge
burrow.
step forward. Oh my god. That was a bold step.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Bane's
he's
crushing.
late. Oh my god.
And those two forward mines really didn't get to be a part of that fight the way he needed. And
Yeah.
the supplies even up.
You know, one thing when you're playing Terran against, especially like Mutiling Bane, you know, more than like Hydra Bane, is it really feels like you have the pressure of like you need to get stuff done now, or else like they're gonna counterattack. And it's not like you can always pick up with your medevacs, because sometimes Meta's gonna wrap around and catch it. So I do think sometimes we see Terrans rush a lot with their Bioforce, because it does feel scary to
Yeah.
be out on the map.
Yep. Or even like, I mean, he is going to send a drop out now, but when that Spire is in play, you just feel a bit more sketchy about sending out drops, because they really can't be picked off so easily. 20
Yeah,
Mutas posturing here at the edge.
Yeah, he's gonna take out turrets against these Mutas. Although a little bit of indecision here.
Yeah, I think that turn could have been killed off. Look up.
Yeah, losing a couple Mutas.
Couple.
You know, gets 2 workers. Not really worth it.
Okay, so he has a medevac drop up at the 12 o'clock position. Marines in the center. Fighting off the Mutas by his third. Drop goes in.
Yeah, I would love to see Alex, like, he needs to stop work production. Because he just doesn't have the bases to actually mine them. Like, he's long distance mining with so many. His natural is 25 out of 4.
He's targeting down the Ultralisk Cavern, and he gets it. Denying that upgrade and that tech.
I think sometimes we see, I think especially Terrans, because Terrans mine out faster. But we see a lot of Terrans, they don't expand quick enough, but they're, you know, they're really good. Like Terrans on lower levels, I mean, they're really good about constantly producing workers, but at some point, you know, when you're at 25 out of 4 on your natural, you're like, okay, maybe I don't need any more workers.
More Biomine pushing through. It's 2-2 upgrades to 1-1 in favor of Terran. And those Mutas are caught out of position.
He loses like half his Mutas.
Oh,
right
but the
there.
Banes, but the Banes, but the
Tragic.
Banes. And he anti-splits, clumps up, and gets crushed.
Oh man, that was some unfortunate micro from both sides. Right there.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And the game evens up again.
Yeah, Alex on 93 workers.
So many SCVs. These Widow Mines obliterating the ground army of Zerg.
VULNOX probably doing him a favor a bit. Killing off some workers.
Yeah, Terran's sitting on 90 SCVs right now.
Yeah, 90 SCVs, and he has
25/4 at the natural. Jesus.
3 orbitals. So right, each orbital is worth about 4 workers. So yeah, he's on like over 100, basically
Yep.
over 100 workers, which is crazy.
5th base does go down. Planetary finishes morphing at his 4th base location at the 3 o'clock side.
Yeah, I think he should just throw down
VULNOX
a few more CCs.
he remade the Ultra Cavern. And he's getting the what's that plating? Chitinous plating?
Chitinous plating
Yeah.
gives another 2 armor.
Which makes them
Nice.
nearly invincible.
Well, against Marines specifically, but Alex is doing a good job. He saw the Ultras Cavern, and he's got a good chunk of Marauders.
Yeah, he's
there.
starting to mix in more Marauders. So he's starting to scan forward, trying to see what he's up against. That's
Alright, let's see if the splits are better this time.
That's a good amount of Zerg. He's going to try to retreat back to the Widow Mine. A little bit of friendly fire there, but he does get some Banes. The mutas die immediately.
And he picks up now, which is good.
I think that's a good.
There's not really any mutas.
And so did
But
this just?
right, one thing we see Terran.
Oh,
Sorry,
oh you go ahead, Wizzer.
I was gonna say one thing we see Terran do a lot is they hold position on their Marauders. So like the Banes blow up on them, and the Ultras have to fight the Marauders. While the Marines type that. But Alex is not really doing that. He's just kind of running
Ultralisks are
back
eating
as a whole pack.
SCVs alive. At the same time, there's a drop in the main base. The bio is stemmed, but they're getting surrounded by Lings. That's gonna get cleaned up. Good defense there by VULNOX, leaving a couple of units at home.
Oh, these medevacs are just dying to this queen.
And this needs to get out of there. At the same time, ALEXKIDD was dealing with 4 Ultras, and he did clean that up. 22 SCVs go down.
VULNOX has... I don't think he's been injecting that great.
He also hasn't been building upgrades. It's 3-3 now for the Terran bio versus 1-1 ground for the Zerg.
7 Ultras on the way, baby.
They do have that armor upgrade.
And the speed off creep as well.
ALEXKIDD switching in, getting more Liberators now. I think that's a smart move.
Libs are amazing against Ultras. And you really need Vipers and maybe a few Corruptors in your army to start dealing with them.
These medevacs are a little beat up, but there's a lot of Marine Marauder. VULNOX pushing through the center. ALEXKIDD posturing at the 6 o'clock position. Wants to take that 4th base away from Zerg. Is this gonna turn into a base trade? VULNOX puts his foot on the gas.
We might see this base trade.
At the same time, ALEXKIDD's pushing the 4th base. CC goes down. Hatchery goes down.
His Ultra is out of the Lib. The Lib is
Really beating up the...
massacring these Ultras.
Yeah. VULNOX doesn't keep...
No planetary here yet. Oh, but again, these Libs are so valuable for ALEXKIDD right
these
now.
defensive Liberators, excellent positioning from the Terran. He's going to push the 3rd base now. There's nothing here. That's a dead hatchery. And all of a sudden, this game is tilting out of control. VULNOX forced to retreat.
Yeah, he's coming back, but he's no Banes. He really needs... And we've seen how effective his ALEXKIDD splits, you know, have been a bit panicky. So I think maybe some Banes would be a great idea, but there's no way you can hold this without Banes.
Ultralisks get a decent surround, but there's so much DPS from this Terran army.
Yeah, and Mines actually do okay against Ultras. Ultras are great for when you're like ahead and you just want to shove into Mines and like don't worry about it. But when you're kind of behind, because there's no overkill, right?
Ooh.
A Mine goes up, blows up on a link.
I like...
a ton of overkill.
I really like this positioning from ALEXKIDD, hitting both bases at once there with that ledge, forcing another trade from VULNOX. At the same time, he does have the CC floating at the 6 o'clock position.
Yeah, but I mean, the supply don't lie, FLAPJACK.
These Ultras just can't fight 3-3 bio with 1-1 upgrades. Loses the Cavern again.
And VULNOX is on his last leg here. He's at 26 drones. Alex has double that.
VULNOX.
And you know, I think VULNOX played quite well, besides the fact that his early build wasn't clean. Right? Having such a bad early build, and like, you know, because it just all snowballs, right?
Yeah.
The Spire is 20 seconds late. If it's 20 seconds earlier, he saves his 3rd.
And he knows.
Yeah, and there's GG. Yeah, 40 supplied to a maxed ALEXKIDD.
So much Terran rallying across there, and ALEXKIDD will take game 1 in this best of 5. GG's.
Yeah, but you kind of see how it's all like a snowball effect, right? If VULNOX is just that little bit faster getting that Spire down, you know, his 3rd gets saved, then he can drone up more. He doesn't feel like he has to do that much damage. He has more larva, and like just everything goes so much smoother. Because I think, you know, VULNOX was at a pretty economic disadvantage throughout the entire game.
Yep.
But he was still trading quite efficiently. Like, he has really good flanks, he had really good harass, and ALEXKIDD was, we saw like, he was kind of rushing his bio, because he was scared about the counters.
Right, right. But also, you know, I think something he did well there is like the second that he realized that it was going to be a mutas, he was really smart on the defense, building all those turrets and really keeping VULNOX and being able to capitalize on the mobility of those mutalisks.
Yeah, and I think it just comes to, you know, down to the build. Alex scouted it well. He knew how to respond, and VULNOX was just that bit late, so he couldn't kind of like leverage the advantages that 2-base muta gives you.
Right.
And I think that was just, you know, Alex was much cleaner on his build.
But then again, it is VULNOX in this series, and he does tend to get better as they go along. So we're going to hop into game 2 of VULNOX versus ALEXKIDD, the semifinals of the Cauldron Gauntlet. And we're going to head over to Death Aura for game 2.
Yeah, so big macro map. We'll see who that favors.
In the top left corner, our purple Zerg player, it is VULNOX.
And in the bottom right hand corner of Death Aura, the yellow Terran from Easy Dunk, ALEXKIDD.
He's up 1 game in this best of 5.
So do you think VULNOX goes 2-base muta again?
No, I think he'll try to switch it up. Maybe like Roach Hydra? I don't know. He doesn't play that often though.
I don't think Roach Hydra's that good versus Terran.
Maybe he tries.
Like tanks are too good.
Tanks are so good. Maybe he tries like a similar build, but switches it into like a Roach Ravager timing. I don't know.
Yeah, like I think a cool mix-up, because VULNOX has been showing a lot of this 2-base muta, right? Maybe a cool mix-up is you kind of hide, you make them think you're going 2-base muta, and you just slam into them with Roach Rav. It could be a really good mix-up. But I actually wouldn't mind VULNOX going 2-base muta again. This is a good map for mutas, although normally, right, we see 3-base muta, because even 3-base on Death Aura is pretty easy to defend.
Yeah, very defensive map for sure.
But I think the mutas were just putting a lot of pressure on ALEXKIDD, and if VULNOX can clean up his opening build, I really liked his mid-game play. You know, I thought it was pretty great.
Standard stuff out of both players so far. ALEXKIDD will opt for a Reaper. Although, I guess he did make a Reaper in the first game too as well. So.
Yeah, so, you know, super standard for both players. I think the only thing, right, was pointing out was I think VULNOX is taking his gas with the second worker you build after.
Did this last game?
Yeah, I mean,
it's a little bit of a whoopsie out of the Smurf.
I don't think it's a, you know, it might just be a choice. It feels like now in the meta, yeah, Zergs have been prioritizing gas less in the early game. You really don't need it, you know, super early.
Factory starts up for ALEXKIDD. Reaper's gonna come across.
In a bunker already. He's, you know, playing a bit scared, maybe? Afraid of an all-in from VULNOX?
Scared / prepared.
Yeah,
I feel like I feel like as Terran, like a bunker is not that bad of an investment considering that you can always salvage it. I mean, it can throw off your timings a little bit, sure, but it's also better than just dying.
Yeah. Well, I think that the biggest part is not the cost of the bunker, since you can salvage. It's the cost of the SCV not mined the entire time it's building it.
Yeah,
the bigger part.
Yeah, the combination of the two. True that. True that.
But you know, I think ALEXKIDD might have done. Oh no, never mind. It's just 2-base meat again. I was gonna say because VULNOX has not pulled out a gas, so I was like, oh, maybe ALEXKIDD's right. You know, he knew. It was gonna be like maybe a Bane bust, a Roach Ravager, but nope, we're seeing 2-base muta again.
Yeah, you know, VULNOX knows what he wants, and so he's just gonna reach out and grab it. A little bit of a tango with these Zerglings. Reaper is pushed away. A couple Hellions coming out for Terran.
Yes. The two things I'd like to see are, one, does VULNOX kind of clean up his build a little bit? And two, does ALEXKIDD react differently? The one thing I already don't like about VULNOX's build is he went up to 52 supply. It's just, I mean, it's just one extra Overlord too early. Because the thing is, at this time, you're building a lot of structures. So right, as Zerg, you lose supply. You lose the drone each time you build a structure.
Right.
So you actually don't need that Overlord for a long time. Like, you usually get up to 44, build all your stuff, and then you can make the Overlord. So it's just slight inefficiencies. This time, gets the Spire down, you know, pretty much right on time.
That Reaper did get a scout, saw the lair, so ALEXKIDD knows that he's up against something similar. In fact, this is the exact same wall he looked at in game 1. So he probably knows it's going to be Muta laying a Baneling. I mean, that's such an early layer. I mean, kind of have to figure. It looks like he wants to go into bio, which is a good choice.
Yeah, so
Hellions not really able to do anything, though. It's the one drawback here.
we saw last game, right? He got that CC, I think, before the extra racks. This time he's doing a burst, although he was floating a bit of money. So maybe he just wanted to scout and kind of confirm that it was going to be 2 base Muta, and now his response is he's going to make the barracks first instead of building the CC.
Yep. He did decide to get a Viking out of the starport to hunt down some Overlords. It looks like I got one, and now it's just sort of parked at the 3rd or 4th base location here at 6 o'clock. We'd like to see that Viking move around a little bit.
Look at VULNOX's Overlord positioning. He is not getting dropped. Look at that.
Yep. Actually, I kind of love that. Smart play.
I mean, it's something you always want to do, but it's just a lot of APM, right? I feel like Zerg has all these small APM taxes. Like, Terran's APM feels like it comes in big bursts. Looks like ALEXKIDD might be lagging a bit because of the weather. Unfortunate. But yeah, back to what I was saying, Zerg feels like it has a lot more of the kind of APM taxes, but kind of in the middle of the fight, you might not need to micro, you know, as frantically as a Terran.
Yeah.
But just stuff like building Overlords, having Link Spotters, spreading creep, injecting, they're all kind of more micro taxes than the other races.
You gotta micro your macro a little bit with Zerg.
Yeah, pretty much. Muta's coming across the map. Let's see what they'll get done. Only one turret in the mineral line.
Link speed and +1 melee is done for VULNOX. Stimpack is done for ALEXKIDD as he loads up a couple medevacs. And at the same time, Muta's posturing, and they're about to pop in the top side of his main base. There's only one turret.
I don't think it's enough Muta to fight the turret, but he can pick off SCVs.
Yeah, it looks like he'll at least delay the armory. ALEXKIDD's Hellions dive on the other side. Good links around there by VULNOX is able to mitigate most of that damage. And actually, the Mutas pick off a Viking, a couple more SCVs.
Yeah, they're getting good damage, but here's the big double drop into the main. There's 2 tanks in here. And we'll see how fast VULNOX reacts.
Lings pulled back.
Tanks not sieged.
Oh.
Tanks aren't sieged.
Okay, he's just gonna get out of there.
Oh, and yeah, Alex got kind of nothing done. And right, having so much of your army on the other side of the map,
and the Mutas
defending against the Mutas.
The Mutas are coming across to intercept this drop.
Oh. VULNOX doing the trigonometry.
He's gonna take the drop. Okay, he gets the. Oh man.
Yeah, but
the tank can't do anything.
Oh no. Oh yeah, VULNOX knows he doesn't want that Marine. He wants the juicy target.
Yeah, give me that tank, he says. Foaming at the mouth.
Hellions too?
Wow.
Oh my god.
And the Marine.
Way too much value.
Forces a stem on the bio as well.
I love that. Yeah, you know when he saw the Medimax move away, the Mutas were like, they moved right on them, and he saw the adjustment of like, no.
This is where we will.
Trigonometry.
Yeah, this is where they intercept. No, totally. I saw that. It was beautiful. Okay.
VULNOX, confirmed math major over here.
Looks like ALEXKIDD's gonna drop a 3rd CC at the front of his natural. He's got an SCV back working on that armory to finish it up. Not making the Widow mines as he was the game before. And here comes the Link Flood. The depot is down.
Oh my god, these veins. There's no splash.
Oh
these veins.
man.
Oh.
Typical Zerg.
Just right. I think it's kind of smart of VULNOX.
Oh, this is great. Good hold position with the bio on the ramp, but
just go back and draw it up.
33 SCVs go down.
I think it's a really good decision going like super Ling Bane heavy, especially morphing the Banes, once you've killed all the splash, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the splash that trades well against the Banes. If Terran doesn't have splash, the Banes will just wreck him.
How's ALEXKIDD gonna respond to this? A couple more Marines, so really just more bio, more medevacs. The Widow Mines were helping him. Yeah, the Widow Mines were helping him so much in game 1, and they're just MIA here. He is trying to put together a push. He's gonna stim forward, but VULNOX is hip to it and gets a pretty decent surround.
Yeah.
As he stutter steps back, he's trying to get these Banes, and he types 2 Gs. VULNOX takes game 2.
Man, I think it's just that drop was not the best decision, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't quite committed, right? I mean, he did it, and then there was... I mean, maybe it's better that he didn't siege, because there was a lot coming back to fight that. I think it was just not having the Widow Mines so valuable against that composition.
Yeah.
That ties up this best of 5 1-1. And we're gonna head into game 3 on Romanticide. VULNOX versus ALEXKIDD, semifinals of the Cauldron Gauntlet.
You think VULNOX is gonna go like 44 drone Ling Bane again?
I mean,
or Ling Bane Vita?
he's got momentum now is the thing.
He does.
That's what you have to be scared of with this guy.
And honestly, it feels like VULNOX have kind of been outplaying ALEXKIDD, besides the opening build in game 1 was just super sloppy.
So we head into game 3. Series tied up 1-1 in the top left-hand corner. Representing Legion and all things beautiful, it is VULNOX.
And down to the bottom right-hand corner of Romanticide, our yellow Terran from the hottest clan in NA. It is ALEXKIDD. I believe Easy Dunk is, they're hosting an open tournament, so if you're down to get smashed by some GMs, go check that out. They have a match arena too. Right, this is the Cauldron run by Legion, so we got two clans, both pillars of the community.
Of the non-professional StarCraft scene.
Hey, it's good to see it, man.
Okay, VULNOX sticking to his guns. Hatch first. ALEXKIDD. I mean, you know, I was kind of wondering if we'd see something a little crazy, maybe like proxy racks, even like an all-in from Terran. But it looks like he wants to just, you know, shoot from the hip and play it straight here.
I have seen ALEXKIDD proxy racks before, so it's not out of the question.
Like even just like a disgusting proxy 3 or 4 racks, just Marine all in.
Man, did you see TY's proxy racks versus Solar on this map? It was dirty.
No, I missed that one.
He did it like behind the minerals, and then mine the minerals out. And Solar like, and he did on like the high ground part 2, so Solar like couldn't have seen it unless he sent an overlord over. It was so dirty.
I'm excited that Parting and TY get a rematch. Because it was about this time last year that TY knocked Parting out of the round of 4 back when Parting's Blink Stalker was considered, you know, unbeatable in PvT. He beat Mauro with it right before that series. And, you know, TY being that kind of player, like, he doesn't play against the race, he plays against the player, in a sense.
Yeah.
And he really read Parting. And that was the game, or the series, I don't know if you remember that, Parting was on camera having, like, an emotional breakdown. Like,
I don't remember the on-camera part, but I remember that beautiful game on Golden Wall where like Parting had the DT that was not letting TY's CC land.
Yeah.
But I believe Parting's actually won the past 4 meetings. But kind of TY is one of those players, Rogue is another, that they just turn it on for the big events.
Yeah.
You know? Small, like, you know, Parting beat him in some like, you know, newbie online cups. And well, you know, TY and Rogue, they're players that they know when to turn up. I think Dark too. Dark doesn't play in a lot of the
Dark was on
online
fire.
Events. Oh yeah.
All of Katowice so far, and I would say definitely maybe like he might be a favorite to win.
Yeah, he looked great. Although, did you catch the Cyril Clem series?
Yeah, dude.
That was.
I actually predicted it. I was watching it with Macho Mantis, and I was like, it's gonna
Oh,
be like
really?
this, and then it ended up being like that. It was
But,
insane.
Yeah, you guys in chat, you have to see the Cyril Clem series. It was some of the best ZBT I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Both players were playing out of their minds.
And then the opposite of that is Innovation versus Parting, one of like the dirtiest, scrappiest series I've ever seen.
Yeah, but hold that thought, Flapjack, because this is a mix-up from VULNOX, and I really like it.
He's making Banes.
He's faking that 2-base. So ALEXKIDD, he's probably thinking, oh, this guy's just gonna go 2-base mute again. He's gonna get slammed in the face with his Bane bust.
And his Hellions
His Hellions are even out on the map.
Yeah, they're on the other side of the map.
He's dead.
And
He's
here
just
it
dead.
comes. Shuyi, thank you for that raid. I hope you had a good stream.
Oh, race the depot.
Okay, gets the depot up. Banelings kill it.
Okay. Oh, and he doesn't. Just the Lings in the main are so bad. There's only 2 Hellions here.
The SCV
The
is
other Hellions
creating.
are desperately making their way back.
Yeah, there's a bit of a buffer, but the SCVs are dropping. 18 down already. And VULNOX puts some Vaseline on the seam of that baseball, throws a splitter, and catches ALEXKIDD off guard.
I would love to see just a few Banes just being morphed in the corner. And I think all these SCVs are down. But VULNOX, he's just keeping his foot on the gas.
Yeah, foot's on the gas.
Nothing but Lings.
He wants to Ling Flood. What a piece of trash. VULNOX. Okay, he's going to morph some more Banes at the front.
Yep.
ALEXKIDD hastily walling off. I mean, stim pack's on the way, but there's no actual army units in production for Terran right now. Now a Marine queues up.
Doesn't have that much money to work with.
I mean, he did just lose so many SCVs.
Bane just walked right in.
Bane's crashed through again.
Yeah, you really need, I think, to scout this and have your Hellions at home. It was just so unfortunate for Alex that literally his Hellions just missed the link.
They just barely on the map. Like a second and a half later, and he would have seen it coming.
Yeah.
Bio trying to wedge.
VULNOX got this game.
Yeah, he's trying to like wedge here and reduce surface area, but
Yeah, some cute little micro, but I think VULNOX just gonna do another Bane morph.
yep.
Hit in for Bane bust round 3.
That is
Yeah,
exactly.
Production presumes, but
That's
it's
exact-
not enough.
Yeah, the Hellions. I mean, and medevac as well, but there's just not enough here, I don't think, for this Terran. As the Lings stream in, GG is typed out, and VULNOX goes up 2-1.
Yeah, I really like the mix-up from VULNOX. Because it kind of looks like, maybe you're going 2-base meta. And if Alex isn't quite on top of his scouting, it could be quite deadly.
Yeah, I think that was a good, as you said before, WIZZER, a good change up. Like the opener, at least at the beginning there with the Reaper, it looked similar. But then, instead of adding on more drones and getting tech, he just slams the gas.
Flapjack, I'm telling you, VULNOX, he just gets better as the series goes on.
He gets better as the series goes on.
He reads you, he knows exactly what to do, and he plans the series so well.
Tony Van 89, thank you for the follow. Okay, so now we have game 4 of this best of 5. Will VULNOX close it out, or can ALEXKIDD fight back? Let's find out. Heading over to Pillars of Gold.
Now, I'm surprised we haven't gone on Oxide, because Oxide is usually quite a good Terran map.
I think VULNOX tends to veto that one.
Well then, because you can only veto one in
Right.
the best of 5, right? So it's either Submarine, usually, or Oxide sometimes.
Okay. Up 2-1 in this best of 5 series, spawning in the top right, representing Legion and back massages. It's our purple Zerg player, VULNOX.
And the bottom left-hand corner, our yellow Terran, Easy Dunks ALEXKIDD with his back against the wall.
It's got to make it happen. It's got to happen right now.
so we'll see how the builds differ. I would like to see ALEXKIDD go into mines maybe earlier.
The bio mine play really worked out for him in game 1. I think maybe game 2 was lost specifically because the factory just wasn't producing mines. And then, of course, VULNOX just bane busting, getting a cheap victory there for game 3.
Yeah, just you know, well-planned mix-up to his what he's shown as his usual build in ZVT. Because remember, he beat Ins off the back of a lot of 2-base muta. And if VULNOX were to close out the series versus ALEXKIDD here, he would be going into his 3rd straight ZVT, this time against MAURICEMOSS.
The beast, yeah.
And VULNOX is like, oh yeah, ZVT is probably my worst matchup, but he beat Ins 3-2. He's up 2-1 in this series. I don't know, man. You tell me, worst matchup making the finals off his worst matchup? Smurf? Not a Smurf?
I mean, like you said, man, he gives you one map, he lets you win the first game, he sniffs out your style, and then he just turns around and crushes it. VULNOX is the kind of guy, you know, what do you think his astrological sign is? I'm guessing he's a Virgo. A little organized, and he's the kind of guy, when he's twisting the knife, he turns you around so he'll look you right in the eyes.
I know nothing about astrological signs.
What's your sign, Wizzy?
I am Cancer, just like BM in this game.
Nice. I'm a Pisces. This is a water sign cast.
I'm very fitting that I'm a StarCraft player, you know.
Yeah, introverted, emotional.
I was just say Cancer.
Also cancerous.
Yeah, I don't know anything about astrological signs. I just think Cancer is funny. Also, crab, berserk, kind of look like crab people. I don't know.
Everything.
Get a drone.
He gets a drone. Gets a drone. First blood is drawn. It's gonna see Ling speed.
So right on this map and on side, it's really hard to stop the first creep tumor. So you usually see Terrans dive into the mineral line, and they don't even try to contest the creep tumor.
If you had access to a jetpack, would you use it?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah? I think I would too.
Why wouldn't you?
Well, you know, because it could kill you.
Yeah, life's short.
And you're gonna die anyway, right? So you might as well use the jetpack. I agree. Reaper over at the third base gets picked off by 4 Lings.
So the Reaper, he started off his career well.
I mean, he got a kill. He got a little bit of a scout.
But he did use his jetpack, FLAPJACK.
Which is sick.
I mean, he lived a good life.
ALEXKIDD wants to go into Hellions once again. Stim pack behind it. Is he gonna wait for 2 more? No, he's just gonna do 2 Hellions this time.
And he's going... Oh, this feels like a delayed 2 racks. I was about to say, that seems like an early stim. Oh, he's going 3 racks.
Okay, and he's gonna have the reactor on this one once it finishes.
So this is gonna be some pretty committed pressure. And we see something different. VULNOX has a 3rd base.
Yeah, VULNOX took a 3rd, which is pretty wild. And he's still just on hatch check, just with a spawning pool.
He has 4 gas. He should have started his lair. Yeah, lair a bit late if you're on 4 gas. But yeah, I do like, you know, getting the 3rd on this map. You know, you don't have to go 2-base muta all the time. You can just go regular and fast fire.
VULNOX is like, yeah, no, as long as I end up on Mutiling Bane. That is definitely a composition he wants in this matchup.
I mean, he's shown how well he does with it.
Both players poking across the map, trying to see where their opponent is at.
But you know,
These Hellions stayed at
for VULNOX.
These Hellions stayed at home the whole time.
Like this 3 racks could be pretty deadly. You know, I feel like he should be moving out now, right? Stim's finishing.
It's about that time.
I don't like the 3 racks with the double.
Ooh, this is gonna supply block VULNOX.
Ooh, yeah, I don't like the 3 racks with the double eBay. Like maybe get 1 because you know, okay, my opponent has been going mutas a lot. But if you're going such an aggressive build, I never like having, you know, static D at home.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really make sense, you know.
It's,
If you're
it seems like
if you're all inning, you don't need static defense.
right, because everything, yeah, you're already, yeah, your offense is your defense. And also, I think to piggyback on that point, he's unable to use the second eBay for the upgrades anyway. So
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty damn committed pressure. But he, you know, his stim finished a while ago. He could have been across the map switching VULNOX right now.
okay, so VULNOX does have an Overlord here. Maybe has an idea this is coming.
Okay, these links will see it now,
Okay.
which is good. Yeah, VULNOX starting another spine.
And 28
the
lings
creep-
immediately.
The creep is terrible though. But see, ALEXKIDD is hitting so late. Bane speed might come up, and like Bane speed is like how you hold these pushes easily. So Alex
Ooh,
is hitting late on his timing.
But
I
he
feel like.
is getting a nice position with his first siege tank.
Yeah, and I really like the Hellions there to defend against the Lings. Oh my god,
And
unless they get immediately surrounded.
Okay, it's gonna come down to the focus
Hold
fire on the
2 more
Banes.
seconds, Bane speed comes in. This is still worth it for VULNOX. Because ALEXKIDD is quite all in.
Yeah.
Although VULNOX stopped at a low drone count also. But
It's not
I feel like
over.
this is good for VULNOX.
Drones starting to get shot to death here. More lings coming in. VULNOX wants to pull back and make Banes, I would assume. There's not a lot of bio here left, though. Where are the reinforcements?
Yeah, I mean they're at home. Maybe does Alex think he's done enough damage?
Oh, he has a ton of units back at home.
Yeah, I think VULNOX just, you know, he got that supply block which hurt. I don't think his injects have been great. You know, the past minute. So his macro is slipping a bit with the pressure that ALEXKIDD has put on, and maybe ALEXKIDD respecting VULNOX a bit too much.
Hydras now are the choice from our Zerg player. These medevacs kind of a decoy. Got 2 empty medevacs over here, kind of trying to keep VULNOX's attention to this side. At the same time, he's
my God,
pushing
we're
up
gonna
to the 3 o'clock position. Oh, these, no, both medevacs die for free.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. We have 3 base lurker.
A single ling is going to delay this CC. That hurts.
Oh my god, don't tell me it's gonna kill it in like 10 more seconds.
Good pre-splits by Terran here. Siege Tank
Yeah,
looking
let's
to
get
deny
5.
these upgrades. Bane Hydra coming forward.
I think VULNOX needs to pull back.
Does manage to pick off the tank.
Hydras are so fragile when you don't really have the Ling Bane in front of them to force the Marines to kind of like, you know, they're not firing all the time.
Yeah, the other thing here too is he was unable to deny VULNOX's ranged upgrade. So it looks like that will finish, as yeah, he's forced away. This one Zergling has done so much economic damage. I don't know if it killed it or forced a cancel, but this should have been
forced the cancel.
done by now. Just one pesky Ling.
Yeah, this is crazy. VULNOX going 3 base lurker off of 46 drones. I think, you know, if ALEXKIDD kind of scouts this, he should just sit back and macro up.
He's going to go up to Hive Tech as well. Get those lurker
Yeah,
upgrades.
He doesn't have the tank count to attack into this.
Okay, the armies are posturing at opposite sides of the map. VULNOX looking to do a Ling run by. ALEXKIDD looking to push forward with this bio, but there's lurkers here at home for VULNOX. Nothing at home here for ALEXKIDD, just vulnerable SCVs. VULNOX not responding to this hatchery under attack.
But he shuts down the double expand. And the tank is not firing at the lurkers. It's so far back.
The hatchery lives. Both expansions for Terran denied.
Yeah, I would love to see Alex just, you know, I think, yeah, making CC on location is kind of greedy as Terran, I feel like. You know, it's not, especially like later in the game, it's not that much more inefficient to float it over as long as it's nearby. And it's, you know, way safer
Yeah, perhaps the key there was the fact that his army was on the other side of the map while he was trying to take that. There was literally no defense there at home. But he does have a drop coming into the main of VULNOX now. VULNOX is over by his third base, a bit out of position here. Stims forward.
Yeah. Nice damage. Probably pick up the
Okay, he gets out. Yeah, still on 2 base.
Yeah, and VULNOX kind of seems out of sorts, right? He's floating so much money, missing a few injects, not starting the lurker upgrades, and I really think he needs a 4th. But he might just feel like there's too much pressure on him right now. It's just kind of like this low econ style that VULNOX has been showcasing.
I think he wants to end the game.
It makes the transition difficult.
I mean, he's about to have +2 ranged weapons, 17 Hydras in production, 28 Lings behind that. He might just want to crush his enemy. This could, I mean, he doesn't want to play the game anymore. He wants to end it. 39 workers for Zerg at this time of the game is kind of unheard of, but...
Yeah, you usually think the Zerg's dead at this point. But Alex only on, like, he has 44 out of 6 on his natural.
That
so even though
is a lot of
Alex
SCVs stacked on top of each
he's so far
other.
ahead in supply, but it doesn't mean anything. Like, he's mining so inefficiently right now.
Now, if he can pick off this third hatch, that's a good start. And he does get it. ALEXKIDD is way up in supply. I mean, like...
But it's all workers that are mining. So it doesn't really mean anything.
Kites back to the tanks. Marauders in front. Reinforcements streaming in behind.
Wait, does he not have any medevacs?
There are zero medevacs.
Two are coming. But the bio's already super overstimmed.
There's another
Feels
medevac
like.
somewhere on the map. What's up here with some bio and VULNOX's main having a bit of a smoke break or something.
I think he just F2 stimmed because a lot of the Marines that weren't even in the fight got stimmed.
Yeah.
And,
all right.
How many games have we seen like essentially like 2 base on 2 base for this long? ALEXKIDD finally getting his 3rd, but hasn't moved over his plethora of idolescent.
Yeah, he wants to push this ramp, but VULNOX has all of the lurkers positioned here. At the same time, pretty massive Ling run by heading down. The door is open. We'll see if VULNOX is able to capitalize on that. Okay, Liberator gonna sneak forward, try to pick off this lurker. Siege tank setting up behind. VULNOX testing the ramp. The door's still open!
Oh man. Yeah, I don't think he would quite get the defense. Oh, VULNOX is up against the ropes, I feel like.
I mean, he's being contained here. That is natural. He did shut down ALEXKIDD's 3rd base again. But the lurker count, he's got 1.
Yeah, he's got a big morph of 5 more. And also, all the lurker upgrades are up. This Bioforce is just so scary. You want more pains, I feel like, than what he has. But VULNOX doesn't really have the economy. He's on 31 drones.
Here comes the bio push. Spine crawler melted. Lings melted, but the veins crushed through.
A small flank kind of forces the veins, or forces the army into the veins, but yeah, he's getting cleaned up.
Medevac's out of energy. It's just Marauders left. All the lurkers at the ramp. There's no pushing up that ramp with this force.
I think ALEXKIDD just needs to just take his 3rd, you know?
Yep, he's gonna fly. He's gonna fly the CC
I wouldn't
out.
even mind planetary at the 3rd. You know, normally that's you don't want to do that.
It looks like he's even gonna fly his established bases out to try to get new mineral patches. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Because he doesn't need to. He just needs to keep VULNOX from taking new base.
2-1 versus 1-1 upgrades in favor of the Zerg. He also has the lurker range, which is so deadly.
Right, but the army supplies are close. It's just ALEXKIDD is so far ahead in workers.
Is finally getting some fresh mining from this 3rd base here, and he's gonna fly his other command centers out to new mineral patches. 136 supply to 71 in favor of ALEXKIDD. But some of his army gets picked off here in the middle of the map.
And VULNOX moving across the map, looking to deny these freshly landed bases.
Finds one immediately.
Oh my god, all these STVs.
There's so many Marauders with this army. Does he have energy for scans?
Oh my god.
He doesn't
that
have
was
energy for
huge
scans.
Initial lurker shots.
And he's building a planetary over here, so no scans there either. There's no Raven.
Yeah, this is where, like, one situation, like, we're so low econ this late in the game. Raven would, and VULNOX has 4 Hydras. A Raven could actually be great.
Okay, there's a
Oh, I
scan.
hate this move. Oh, you can't walk into
catches
lurkers.
him. Catches him so hard. GG.
Oh, no.
And VULNOX is gonna go on to the grand finals with a 3-1 victory over ALEXKIDD. Damn.
Wow, we had 2 scrappy series back to back. ALEXKIDD had that, man. I think
It was right there. It was right there.
it's just hard to read the game state, kind of in crazy games like that. And I feel like, you know, maybe ALEXKIDD just read it a bit wrong. He thought he had to fight when he really didn't, and he just got annihilated walking into lurkers. Like, you can't do that. Oh, man.
Okay. So guys,
I need a quick break.
we're gonna take a quick 2 or 3 minute break here, and then we'll be back with our grand finals in just a minute. So don't go anywhere, okay? Welcome back, everybody. We're here for the Cauldron Gauntlet, and we are now approaching this best-of-5 grand finals between Legion's VULNOX and VALEKKIDD's MAURICEMOSS. WIZZER, how are we feeling?
Feeling good. I gotta say, I think MAURICEMOSS is the favorite in here. Because I think his defensive playstyle is gonna match up quite well against these different types of aggression that VULNOX is bringing. So it's a best of 5, not a best of 7.
It's a best of 5. Let's see, MAURICEMOSS sitting at about 4.1k, and VULNOX, who never ladders, by the way, at 3.7.5.
I mean, he's got 100 games this season.
I guess I'm insane. I'm like 300 games deep already. But when's the last time? Okay, he did play some ladder. Even yeah, all right.
But I don't think MMR tells the full story of VULNOX, because he's winning, all diamond tournaments when he's at like 3.5. He just adjusts so well in series, man. He plans the series so well. So we'll see what he's got planned for MAURICEMOSS here.
Do you think we're gonna see more of the Mutalisk shenanigans?
I think so. Like, he's shown both in the series versus Inns and in the series versus ALEXKIDD. He really favors that 2-base muta.
VULNOX not able to take his coveted purple color. Both players ready up. And let's start this grand finals.
They should fight over the color. Not only are they playing for the grand prize, but also rights to the purple color.
VULNOX, turn off the stream. I'm just kidding. It's fine. All right, guys, this is what we've all been waiting for. Here at the grand final, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, taking the color purple away from VULNOX. Representing VALEKKIDD, our Terran player, it is MAURICEMOSS.
And in the upper right-hand corner of Pillars of Gold LE, our, what's this, Teal Zerg from Legion, and the admin of this tournament, it is VULNOX. Oh my god, he's 2-raxing him.
Yep.
I love this.
SCV's coming across the map. This is the start we needed.
And he's doing it in such like a bold location, because I think it's right. It's so in the middle that if VULNOX just moves around like his overlords normally, he would see it. But looks like he's kind of doing the versus Protoss thing, moving above your natural. I don't think you need above your natural this early, right? Versus Protoss, you need it as early as 1 minute, right? That's when Forge first cannon rushes come. He might just get blindsided by this, because this is such an advantageous position if you can get it this close.
Especially that VULNOX has gone hatch first.
Yeah.
And another Rax.
I think
he might go 4. He might even do 4. MAURICEMOSS.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Coming out the gate with the aggression in game 1.
I mean, I really like it, right? For
he's gonna take a 4th Rax. Well, is he?
Right, it's gonna really throw VULNOX off his game, and I'm not really sure how VULNOX plans his series. Like, whether it's like, oh, I'm gonna throw these builds in this build. It can really suck if you have put a lot of thought into what you're gonna do on a certain map, and you just get proxy racks like this.
Yeah, it just gets completely blindsided. SCVs are gonna
see it now.
Yep.
He needs to move this over to the pillar.
SCV is leading the charge here. Bunker's going down at the top of VULNOX's ramp.
Okay, VULNOX throwing 1 spine. He's pulling a lot of drones. Yeah, this is not ideal. That Overlord going down really hurts as well.
Yeah. Spinecrawler going down behind the natural base.
Okay, here comes the big pull. Let's see if you can prevent the bunkers from going up.
Oh, the whole position block on that SCV saves his life, and they get into the bunker. At least one did.
One Marine gets it. Spine's almost finishing though.
Okay, bunker's loaded up. MAURICEMOSS on the attack.
And the Queen queen's up, they're gonna be forced back to the bunker. He needs to, yeah, move the queen back. Yeah, MAURICEMOSS still in a great position. Ling's just started. This is looking rough for VULNOX.
This, I mean, is there a way he saves his hatchery? He's gonna try.
He needs the spine in here. The spine is the biggest thing that's gonna help me defend this.
SCV gets the repair on the bunker. More Marines streaming in.
Oh man, I really don't like how he kind of engaged first with the Lings and then now with the spine here. And the spine is even in range, right? Spine's outrange the bunker by 1.
Right, but it's just one hex too close.
Hex too close.
12 Lings and another spine coming out from VULNOX. One of his queens badly bruised. His hatchery about to die. Lings spawning into gunfire. The worst birth ever. He gets the hatchery. VULNOX is now supply blocked. This SCV is so clutch with this repair.
Yeah, and VULNOX, he's just losing everything here. Oh man. Yeah, one Marine has 8 kills, one Marine has 9 kills. That's crazy.
Oh my god! And just like that, MAURICEMOSS takes game 1.
Yeah, with the dirty dog 3 racks. In such a bold location too. Personally, I hate when they do that. Like, especially if I'm scouting around and they put it right in the middle. So it's like, if I just sent my overlords out normally, I would see it. So, you know, a little bit maybe of the metagame of the placement there. That was a savage game 1.
Super effective. Can VULNOX bounce back? I imagine he goes pool before hatch this next game.
Or just, you know, scouts around more. I think it still would have been okay, right? He had the overlord there, and the reason you're doing it is to watch when the bunkers go up first. But then you need the overlord near near the pillar so you can save it. And it was a little far, and VULNOX reacted slowly, and losing that initial overlord hurts so much.
Yeah, just sort of really slowed him down.
And especially like if you don't see it, it can be hard to tell the difference between a proxy 2 racks, a proxy 3 racks, and proxy 4 racks if you don't scout the actual barracks.
And just like that, we are into game 2. Up the map, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, our purple Terran player. It is MAURICEMOSS.
And in the upper left-hand corner, we'll see if he can keep his mental. It is our Cyan Zerg, VULNOX. What if he just does it again? How savage would that be?
I don't think he's going to, but that would be kind of amazing if he did.
I don't think so either, but Death Aura is a really great map for proxies. There's a lot of spots. And Pillars is a pretty good one too.
It's like
stuff like Oxide is terrible for proxy racks.
I think MAURICEMOSS knows that he got away with it the first game, and you know he's gonna respectfully, looks like, play game 2 a little more straight up. VULNOX though, I gotta hand it to him, unwavering. Goes hatch first, not sweating it too much.
Yeah, we'll see.
He is poking around. Yeah, I was gonna say he is poking around more with the Overlord here.
Right, but this the second Overlord is not really kind of going to some of the common spots. We'll see. So a lot of times this next larva, we'll see if it goes into Scout. If the drone scouts. VULNOX, not afraid of anything. Maybe he's just gambling on MAURICEMOSS not going to do it again, and you know, he would be right. You know, not drone scouting. Overlord's not on a great path to scout for proxy.
I mean,
racks.
yeah,
not afraid.
If it was here at this third base, he would be in a bit of trouble. But nothing is there, so he does get away with this. MAURICEMOSS does send a SCV across to scout. There's a Reaper behind this. CC on location.
Yeah, so very standard from MAURICEMOSS. I honestly thought that MAURICEMOSS might go Helen Cloak Banshee, like 1-1 Helen Cloak Banshee with like that later CC every single game. Like that's what he did versus me, and that's what I've seen him do a lot. It's a super safe, solid defensive style. where you can kind of react to everything. But you know, maybe him, you know, smartly mixing things up. Maybe we've been hyping up VULNOX as like an amazing game planner, and so maybe Maurice knew he had to mix things up.
I mean,
Didn't want to, you know, VULNOX get some dirty build to counter his favorite build. Oh my god, he's gonna lose the Reaper?
Yeah,
It's just you're too greedy. Leave. Oh my god, that was insanely close.
You know, as you pointed out before too, WIZZER, MAURICEMOSS in the stages leading up to this grand finals pretty much stomped everyone he fought against. And he is, you know, he has about 300 more MMR on the ladder than VULNOX, so Terran is a bit of the favorite here.
Yeah, I do think MAURICEMOSS is looking quite strong.
Wow, he even targets down the drone.
So when I played against him, he was doing this. Like I had such a hard time. Finally gets the Reaper. Not quite the best micro, but he did his job and more.
The Reaper definitely put in some work there.
Yeah, he was doing this a lot, like really denying my my third, which is super annoying. With, you know, both the SCV and the Reaper. And then I legitimately switched up what build I did. Like I do the Clash opener now, because it's like with the Clash opener you don't really get your third denied. And like if the SCV tries to do it, you can just attack. But
I mean, WIZZER, you called it. It's 4 Hellion into Cloak Banshee. Banshee
yeah, and he
in
does
production.
This all before the next the third CC. Like this is MAURICEMOSS's bread and butter, and he looks really strong with it. Like I think he played one Zerg in the group stage and he 2-0'd him. He played Ko, and like we both know Ko is an amazing Zerg.
Yeah, really good player.
And just a clean 2-0, both off this build. He beat me 3-2 every single game he went for this build. So it's something he's practiced a lot. And it's kind of up to VULNOX to now throw MAURICEMOSS off this game.
He is going to get eyes on the Banshee. 6 Hellions in a Banshee now.
Yeah, Spore starting. So, you know, very smart. Oh, I love... Okay, VULNOX going single Evo with Carapace. I love that so much more than... Because when he's been going this early Muta, he's been going the +1 melee and playing more like a base tradey style. So I think we're just gonna see some solid macro play out of VULNOX here.
Hellions getting into the third base.
Ooh,
Bit of a surround. Good play by VULNOX, kind of baiting there a little bit.
Oh, that's so good.
2 more Hellions show up, but it's kind of too late.
Yeah.
The Banshee gets picked off as well. Good defense.
Okay, but through all of this, like, VULNOX wasn't that far ahead in supply, right? He's starting 14 drones now, so the macro may be slipping a bit.
Yeah, looks like he missed a couple injects as well.
Yeah.
Second Banshee. Gonna pick off some of these lings for free.
So yeah, VULNOX really prioritizing the micro there. Honestly, you know, probably worth it. The only thing is, right, the main strength of this Hellion Banshee, besides being safe, is you really limit the creep spread. But VULNOX is, you know, he hasn't been great at spreading creep. Okay, that initial Reaper did a lot, but the Hellions, right, they didn't clear up any creep. VULNOX was just kind of not great at spreading it himself.
Yeah, there's these
More focused on the micro.
unused creep tumors here at the front of his natural. Third base is done for MAURICEMOSS. He's gonna morph it into an orbital, and more barracks going up behind.
Yeah, and VULNOX saw that, so he should feel pretty safe to go up to 7 drones. Seeing that third base. But now it's just more static defense and floating a bit of money here. And not... I think this creep spread is really going to hurt him later. Because if you do play this like the more defensive macro style with the Hydraling Bane, creep is so important, like for Hydraling Bane, more so than like Mutiling Bane. Hydras, like, they can't move off creep.
And it looks like that is what we're gonna see here. MAURICEMOSS now pushing out the small Bioforce through the middle of the map. There's Banshee with this, but it's pretty beat up. And what does VULNOX have to defend? Let's take a quick look at the unit counts here. He has 61 drones to 57 SCVs. Just 14 Marines on the map versus 6 Queens and 11 Zerglings.
I mean, yeah, he does have 2 spines here. And with no tanks from MAURICEMOSS, you know, he, funnily enough, actually can't push spines.
Stimpack is done for Maurice here. More reinforcements coming in. Now there's some Widow Mines with this as well.
Ooh, I think VULNOX might have forgotten main speed. It's only kind of just starting.
Ooh, but fighting up this ramp, maybe not the greatest idea. Widow Mine burrows.
Oh, gets taken out right before. Oh, perfect micro, sending 1 ahead. And VULNOX's micro's been looking hot.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. He also has 2 Lings in the mineral line. The third base being a little bit annoying. And MAURICEMOSS is forced back.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of crazy to me. Like, I think we've both known VULNOX. He was always like this super solid macro player, and he's just changed his playstyle to like this micro heavy, you know, low drone count, but always taking good fights, always harassing. It's pretty impressive for a player to switch styles like that.
Yeah, VULNOX really pulling out all the stops, switching up his style to match his opponent. And he needs to. I mean, he's down a map. Needs to make it happen. He is going to go into lurkers.
He's still a little low on drone count for my liking. Okay, he's making it back up now, but I think he could go up to 80. Like if he were to scout this this fourth, I think he could pretty easily go up to 80. Oh, and is this the one game VULNOX's Overlord spread isn't good? This drop is gonna sneak into the main. It can even unload for free. There's no
He's actually gonna split them off, so 1 to the main, 1 to the third base.
Oh,
Unloads
really
just
smart.
out of range of the spore, which I really like. And
oh, this drop is gonna be big.
He's whittling away the drones. VULNOX splits his defenses.
Yeah, he splits well, but it was just slow. You know, 11 drones go down, and with Hydra, you can't really punish the medevacs. You know.
And of course, there's no Spire,
like, they just
so
get away for free.
yeah, MAURICEMOSS is able just to hang out these medevacs and sort of force VULNOX to play on the back foot and play defensively. If he does fly back down over here, he's going to see this 5th base too and probably get a pick off. At the same time, MAURICEMOSS's bio tank force pushing up the center right side. So this is cool because these medevacs are sort of forcing VULNOX over here by this 3rd base position. And I mean, the push is really going to be hitting up over here. Although he is okay, this Overlord does spot it. And VULNOX
really
reacts, but at the same time, he's gonna drop again. He could get the lurker in if he focuses it.
Oh, that could be huge. Oh, VULNOX looks like he's just barely gonna hold on.
Yep, VULNOX is able to hang on. Lurker stays alive, and lurkers are starting to pop.
Yeah, VULNOX finally up to you know, a relatively healthy drone count, but like it took him so long that you know, Maurice is I think he's kind of fine. Ooh, bit of a late siege from tanks. But the thing is, right, his creep is almost non-existent.
Yeah,
so this is really hard.
He's not getting the speed advantage from that creep, which is so important in these quick engagements.
Yeah.
Tank's putting in some work, but there's a lot of Zerg here.
Dance back and forth.
And the lurkers are starting to put in work.
Tanks are undefended.
Lings get us around, tanks get picked off. And the game evens out, I would say. Both players taking losses.
Quite a bit of money, you know, microing with that drop and that fight. I would love to see, you know, just some more production thrown down from Maurice and you know, maybe a macro hatch for VULNOX.
MAURICEMOSS is gonna find this 5th base. VULNOX is way out of position.
Yeah, and see, like these, you just have so much less vision and so much less map presence with low creep.
And he does get that hatchery, but it costs him several tanks.
Yeah. Not the word. I think he could have left a bit sooner, maybe.
Yeah, Bio getting picked off on the retreat here as well. Army supplies are about dead even.
Yeah, he's hitting his tier 3 now, right? He's getting Adrenal, he's getting a +3 Carapace, +2 melee. He has Seismic Spines, he's getting Adaptive Talents, he's got his Ultra Cavern. You know, I think this is kind of when, if Zerg hasn't died yet, and like, you know, Terran isn't super far ahead, Zerg's really hit their stride.
Yeah, I would agree with that. A couple Liberators mixed in with the tank bio army for MAURICEMOSS.
I would say VULNOX is very Hydra heavy, which concerns me. You don't want this many Hydras, or if you do, like you could play like Hydra Lurker Viper, that's fine. But
Nope.
this kind of weird Hydra Ling Bane Lurker.
I don't think VULNOX has made a Viper in any of the games we've casted tonight.
Yeah.
All right, he's gonna push forward.
Get the late game.
Gets the bunker.
Lurker's gonna burrow.
And
Where's Moss arm?
he was pushing
I
out.
caught him sleeping.
Yeah, he was pushing out. He was across the map, and now he's forced to retreat. He's gonna lose both command centers.
Oh. Yeah, VULNOX, I think you just pull away. You know, there's too many tanks to fight. You don't have the Ling Bane to get on top of it quickly. I think VULNOX should just leave. You know, he did his job. He's ahead now. I don't like taking this fight. I don't think this fight's gonna go well for him.
VULNOX loses all of his lurkers almost immediately to the libs.
Yeah. I think he should have been happy with the 2 bases. Like that was an amazing, amazing army movement, amazing decision, and he just overstayed his welcome.
Bane's morphing. 3-3 about to finish for Terran. Kiting back the lanes.
Terran splashes lagging behind. These Banes could get big trades.
Oh,
right?
the tanks!
Oh, but he throws all the Banes into the tanks. Now there's nothing to contest the bio.
So many Hydras just get obliterated there. Now MAURICEMOSS is on the offensive. What's back at home for VULNOX? He's got a couple more lurkers morphing in.
Yeah, I'm kind of not the biggest fan of like Lurker and Ultra. I feel like you pick one, you know?
3 more command centers thrown down behind us.
Yeah, I like that decision. He knows he's ahead now. And this
Good wraparound with the Lings on top of the tanks. But is it enough?
Nice scan. He needs to target these Lurkers. He needs to get these Lurkers.
VULNOX loses the hatchery.
Oh, it
Liberator's doing so much work. Now Ultras are popping out. And manages to push the fight at least away from the Liberators.
Yeah, but
They're still killing drones, though.
Finally defended, but at what cost?
And just torn limbs of Ultralisk and Marine left on the battlefield. 155 supply to 111.
Down to 50 drones also. It's not looking good for him.
There's all these extra CCs for Terran.
I kind of feel like his only shot is Hydra Lurker Viper at this point. He's just so far behind economically to really fight.
Oh, and these Ultras are going to get caught out a little bit, get bruised. You know, now that I think about it, in all the games I've played against VULNOX, I don't think I've ever seen him make a Viper ever. So
I mean, I don't really make Vipers that much either, although that's something I need to practice. Viper control is very hard.
it is,
actually.
but they're so powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, another attack. VULNOX trying to clean it up, but there's not a lot of lurkers here. Bane's rolling in, but they're all going to get picked off.
Yeah, just the timing, right? It was like the Ultras came in, and then like the Hydras came in, and then the Banes came in, and then the second wave of Hydras came in. It's just having all at one time is so beneficial.
Terran now on 3-3 bio, starting to run away with this game.
Yeah, although his tank out got completely reset. So
It is
yeah,
pretty much pure bio. He has mixed in more Marauders. But yeah, just the Liberators for, you know, a siege unit.
yeah, I think MAURICEMOSS, if he just starts, you know, 2-fact tank production, I think it's kind of impossible for him to lose. But now, like, did he forget about his other factory?
He does have-
'Cause these lurkers are going to be quite efficient now.
He does have 2 factories, but only one is producing.
Yeah, I think catches the Bane.
Oh, it
orb,
gets,
though.
yeah, it gets on top of the Banes. Marauders focusing fire down the Lurkers.
The Lurkers are trading so well.
They
though.
really are.
I mean, I think again, this is kind of the thing, right? ALEXKIDD had the problem. Don't walk in the Lurkers, man. It's, it ain't gonna be good. I think MAURICEMOSS' army value was like twice that, and he still lost that fight just because he walked in the Lurkers.
Yeah, just because Lurkers are ridiculous.
Yeah, you need the tanks.
Yep.
He needs the tanks.
And VULNOX, no.
Or lib range, or lib range.
Does he have lib range? Did he research that? I think he does,
No,
actually.
Does he even have a fusion core? Oh, he does.
Yeah, he does have liberator range. All right. So these are Adrenal Lings with Lurkers. About to fight into a planetary. Oh, he's going to get himself cornered.
Oh, yeah. Not the biggest fan. Like, the planetary is just doing so much splash to these Lurkers. You really need to Lurkers fight the Bio.
Lurker is getting obliterated. And just like that, MAURICEMOSS going up 2-0 against the administrator and founder of the tournament.
But, honestly, that game was, you know, I think that game looked a lot better than a lot of the VULNOX's games versus ALEXKIDD. Like, his opening build was very clean. You know, Creaser may be a bit lacking, but right the attack on MAURICEMOSS' third was so good, and he was definitely ahead after that point. Just a bit overstaying the welcome, and maybe kind of caught a bit in between two compositions, you know?
Agreed, agreed. And so now VULNOX on the back foot, but this is where he thrives.
Yeah, true. How many times does this happen to VULNOX? You always go up in the series and you're like, I finally got him this time. And he just comes back.
Yeah, he's resilient. But what is he gonna be able to do this game to throw off MAURICEMOSS?
Yeah, and like Oxide is a good Terran map.
I mean, it's kind of worth mentioning that, like, you know, MAURICEMOSS is in the chat as we were watching VULNOX's semifinal game, which is also a ZVT. So he kind of, like, no matter what, his cards are kind of already on the table. So he needs to do something that we haven't seen yet. I wouldn't mind seeing a pool first, maybe some aggression.
Yeah. Something like Lambo's 5 Roach Pressure is quite good, or even, you know, the old Railgun build. Something to kind of mix things up. Because MAURICEMOSS definitely seems like he does much better playing his game, you know?
Absolutely. Which is why I'm, yeah. So it'd be good to see VULNOX try to kind of take the reins a little bit, take a risk, and put some pressure on. Not let MAURICEMOSS get up, you know, just this amazing stem bio army that he has really good control of, you know? Good reads also, I have to say, by MAURICEMOSS, knowing when to mix in Marauders, when to mix in Liberators, getting Liberator range. All that stuff really helped him deal with those Lurkers, and hey, VULNOX, I mean, it hurt.
Yeah, I wonder,
Just 1 second, guys. MAURICEMOSS is fixing, he's restreaming this on his channel, so he's just getting something fixed up. And we'll head into game 3.
I'm curious though, the two bans were Jag and Lightshade. So I'm assuming Terran bans Jag, but Lightshade's usually one we see go through, because yes, it is the short rush distance, but I mean Submarine's even shorter, so
Right.
it's like usually you ban that.
Right?
And the one good thing about Lightshade for Zerg is it's so open.
It's wide
And
open.
you can get really nice creep sped, really nice surrounds.
Yep. Flanks are a lot easier. I mean, really, you can just kind of, you know, get 2 control groups, look at the minimap, and get us surrounds, you know, without too much effort.
If VULNOX were to win this series, he has to win a game on Oxide. Next one is Romanticide, so, you know, probably pretty even, but, you know, macro map. And then he has to win Submarine game 5.
He's, yeah.
Versus a Terran.
A strong Terran. 4.1k. And pretty scary, MAURICEMOSS.
Yeah, man. You know, I hate to doubt VULNOX because he's shown time and time again that being down a series means absolutely nothing to him. But it's looking rough.
Okay, both players say they're ready. We're gonna hop into game 3 here on Oxide LE. It's best of 5, the grand finals. The Cauldron Gauntlet. VULNOX, he's hurting, man. Give us a series, buddy. Because MAURICEMOSS is on match point.
Yeah, looking real strong.
All right, on his last leg in the bottom left-hand corner, representing Legion. Our Zerg player, it is VULNOX.
And in the upper right-hand corner of Oxide, our purple Terran from Validity Gaming, MAURICEMOSS.
Who says, please don't reverse sweep me like the other Terrans.
It's the VULNOX special. But you know, one interesting thing is if Maurice wins this, right? This is his first Cauldron event, and he won't have dropped a series. He'll be our Royal Roader. Royal Roader? Roader? I said that right?
I don't even know what that
Really?
is, but
It's so in GSL, it's like the first time they qualify for Code S if they win. That's called like doing the Royal Road.
okay.
So it's pretty hype. So you know, really excited for both these as we see some banter going on. Yeah, VULNOX, I guess he's only done it versus Terran once. He's done it versus me multiple times.
Yeah.
And FLAPJACK, I think he's also done it versus you multiple
Yep,
times.
he sure has.
So,
MAURICEMOSS, fearless here, just going CC first on the low ground.
wait, was this actually CC first? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Like, you can't count out VULNOX just, you know,
but then
like
again,
going like 14-14.
but I mean, VULNOX again went hatch gas pool, so he's not gonna. Will he be able to punish this? I guess. I mean, there's gonna be 2 racks behind this from Terran.
Yeah, I think this is the safest follow-up to CC first. Your tech is very delayed, but you at least have like enough army to hold any aggression. So basically, his army is kind of the same. His economy is much better, and his tech is slowed. Is kind of the trade-offs of this build.
So what is gonna be the play? VULNOX needs to make it happen here on Oxide.
I mean, one thing that is nice is he'll actually get his 3rd down unmolested.
I mean, maybe.
Or yeah, he could be going 2-base muta.
There's a tech lab and a reactor from MAURICEMOSS.
I think this is actually a really good map for 2-base muta. Kind of like the only good strategy for Zerg on this map, unless it's like, you know, Stormhouse versus Mech. Because it's very choky, and the rush distance is extremely short by air. And if it's like the Terran tries to hold his 3rd, like he really can't. It's so open.
MAURICEMOSS wants to go bio, going straight into that stim pack upgrade.
I think VULNOX is doing it. I think he's going 2-base muta. Which...
He is throwing down the 2nd gas.
But I think MAURICEMOSS like had a great build into this. I think, you know,
there's
CC first into 2 racks. He's gonna have so many Marines, and his economy is already, you know, gonna jump that far ahead of the Zerg.
Yeah.
So I really like how his build matches up. Maybe a bit of a read from MAURICEMOSS, you know, thinking VULNOX is gonna go back to his like bread and butter. So why not, you know, why not do a build that's good against 2-base muta?
Yep, you're right. You called it. I think that's exactly what VULNOX is doing here. As we do see, he takes a 3rd gas. He is getting that layer. And MAURICEMOSS making a healthy amount of Marines. Factory finishing up, and he goes straight into a starport. Pretty tight build from both players.
I don't like VULNOX's build. I don't think you need the Bane Nest that early. I think you could just defend this with Queens at the front. And also, right, you kind of stop at 44 supply, and then you make all your buildings. because you kind of this really eats into your mineral economy, and like you waste a bit on like the early overlords.
So it's gonna be
Yeah,
a
like I don't,
it's gonna be a reactor on the factory here, which makes you think he switches it over to the starport, gets 2 medevacs, and pushes out with stem, and that could be really really scary for our boy VULNOX.
and we see MAURICEMOSS just getting single eBay. He's blind countering this so hard. I fucking love it. You know, this Oxide great map for 2-base meta. He knows VULNOX loves 2-base meta, and he's just like, yeah, he has not stepped foot outside of his natural.
Yep.
And he is blind countering what VULNOX is doing.
And,
if I were
yep.
VULNOX, I'd be kind of tilted.
Yep, and then of course there's the Spire going down behind the natural for Zerg. And MAURICEMOSS with the medevacs rallied to the bio, pushing out across the middle of the map. VULNOX hasn't morphed any Banes yet. He doesn't have Bane speed. He only has a handful of Lings that this bio could easily dispense, even with the Spine Crawler there.
Yeah, so we've seen this variation a bit.
Oh, and
where
he's gonna pick off this Overlord too.
like the Terrans just walk the Marines over to hit like that little bit faster and then wait for the medevacs to catch up. I feel like something we've been seeing in the meta. So very on top of the meta.
Oh no, VULNOX trying to morph Banes, but the bio's gonna get on top of it.
Oh, yeah, if he focus fires these Banes as well.
Oh!
Almost done.
The last Baneling, I think, saving VULNOX's tournament hopes there.
Yeah, and the mutas are gonna pop. If you can like clean up these medevacs before the rest of the Marines come, this is gonna be huge.
Yeah, there's
But
more
VULNOX not
bio.
acting.
There's more bio rallying across. I think VULNOX is playing a little scared here. He needs more
Yeah.
Banelings.
You know, sometimes when you're, you know, you don't want to take a risk when your tournament life is on the line. Alright, turrets going up from MAURICEMOSS. Man, this is kind of
This is tense.
feels like the blind counter of the blind counter. But you know, everything lined up, and it was a really smart gamble by MAURICEMOSS. I think he's playing the series not only like play wise, but you know, planning and build choice excellent.
Ooh, the Marines are gonna get on top of this. There's a Widow Mine here as well. Every Bane dies.
You hate to see it.
Mutas did pick off some Marines in the middle of the map. That actually might have been a medevac with Marines in it. And MAURICEMOSS is gonna retreat a bit, but there's more Widow Mines, more Marines.
I just realized MAURICEMOSS's Marauder skin looks whack. Look at that. I saw a unit and I was like, is that a landed light? What is that?
Trying to get something done with these mutas. Fighting Marines, maybe not the greatest choice. He is gonna
I mean,
pull
I don't
back.
think he lost one. He's been microing his
Yeah,
units
he
quite
was.
well.
He did. His micro was really good.
But it's right now. You see, he's floating so much.
Oh yeah, the Marauder skin's like super boxy.
Yeah, you know, it's just weird. Like VULNOX was this super solid macro player, and now he's macroing not as well, but micro god now.
Yeah. I guess maybe just.
Oh, these mines could be huge. Okay.
Yeah.
Not the greatest hit. You can't fight these Marines though. You don't have enough to one-shot Marines, and there's so many medevacs to deal.
But this is all he's got. VULNOX trying to make something happen.
Yeah, I would just love to see VULNOX drone up. Like, MAURICEMOSS's army is not very big. It's all in medevacs.
Pretty much, actually.
So
It's got 8 medevacs.
the one thing you really want against medevacs is Banes. You can't out-heal Bane damage. But if you're just going Ling Muta, that can get out-healed. So I would love to see, you know, just hold off. Oh, wow. These are kind of traitor mines a bit in this game.
VULNOX with no detection, unable to kill these exposed mines. As the army is done for
Yeah, just get a...
Got a third base, but
Yeah, just drone it up, get a macro hatch, or even just take your fourth. I would love to see, like, there's been so many situations I think we've been seeing today where players are getting in a good position and trying to keep butting their heads against, like, basically a wall instead of making the quick transition.
Bane's morphing over here at the 12 o'clock position. MAURICEMOSS moving his army down to defend this third. And there might be a world where VULNOX gets a run by here. The depot is down, and there's Banes to kill it if it goes up.
Yeah, let's see how fast MAURICEMOSS is. Not quite. Oh, he gets in.
He gets in. Tournament life on the line. Wastes like 7 Banes on a
He needs to get
Marauder.
this turret. He needs to kill this turret. Oh, it's doing so much damage to the mutas.
Okay, finally gets the
Oh,
turret.
these could be some very... Okay, I think he untargeted some of his mines.
17 SCVs went down. VULNOX getting some much needed damage done there. But it cost him quite a few Banes.
Yeah, he's starting Lair. Or sorry, he's starting Hive on 47 workers. I really just would like VULNOX to drone up a bit more. Or, you know, at least just not tech. I don't think tech is what he needs right now.
Switching over
Either
into
more
Hydro
Banes.
lists.
Or more drones.
Yeah, more Banes, for sure. Marauders, micro to the front, good moves. Banes forced to take a not great fight there.
Oh, let's watch his mine hit. Oh, he cleans up all the mines. Nice target fire. And how many Marines are left? Can he actually fight this with Meta? Looks like a bit too many Marines to actually fight with Meta.
Yeah, there's still
Marauders.
eight stem Marines
So many
left.
medevacs.
8 Marines versus as many Mutalisks. And he's gonna stem forward again. Into Spine Crawlers, but there's so many medevacs.
Yeah, I wonder if he just starts targeting some low medevacs. All the Metas are going
The
down.
Mutas are getting shredded.
Yeah, he needs Banes for this. He can just outdeal all the damage.
Like, the trickle of Lings kept him alive, but I mean, here we go again. These Banes need to finish. VULNOX needs to buy time. Banes are getting focused down.
Oh, it's gonna be real close.
Couple Banes
Banes
pop.
are here. Okay, nice kite back from MAURICEMOSS. Oh, not the greatest Bane connection.
Yeah, he's forced again to use it on Marauders. Good micro and the good positioning from Terran. Not letting the Marines go to the front.
The hold position on the Marauders. They have the custom shells, so the Banes get slowed. And like on the back of all this, MAURICEMOSS sets up his third base. He has a bunker, a mine, turret. Like he's doing all the right things to, you know, like when you're ahead, get more ahead. But it's like if VULNOX was ahead and he just wasn't doing what I wanted him to do to get more ahead.
VULNOX does have his 4th base here. Starting to get a couple of drones on it, but he's still building Lings and Banes. Wants to go into Lurkers once again.
Yeah, I mean Lurkers are always good when you're down. But I don't think they're going to come in time for this push. He's going to have to get this base up.
Yeah, and he knows it's coming. Does he choose to fight it? He does. And actually, those medevacs have units in them if he's able to get the pickoffs. The Widow Mines, though.
VULNOX actually trading a lot better than I thought he was. You know, like detonating the Bane on the mine. He's microing really well. I guess I feel like his macro and his decision making not quite there. Let's see this mine gets a parting shot. Nope.
Losing this hatchery, a big blow for a Zerg player, and he's just making units, just trying to stay alive now.
Yeah, cause right, it feels so early to tech. Cause right, you've teched and you've invested all this, you know, time and money to tech, and he hasn't gotten the opportunity to use it at all. You know, no lurker upgrades. It's not like he's the only thing he's getting is Adrenal, and like, you know, don't get me wrong, Adrenal's great, but it's getting Infestation Pit, getting Hive is not worth it just for Adrenal.
Yeah, he's not able to add on those lurker upgrades just yet. And to match Adrenal, Terran moving towards 3-3 on the bio. which makes them kind of the strongest thing in the game. So it's gonna be rough here, I think, for VULNOX. It's all about these lurkers.
Yeah.
Lurkers
Go
and
catch
Widow
the
Mines
mines out.
walking past each other.
Oh, if you can
Ba-
get in a good position.
Oh, oh.
There's no tanks. There's no tanks. He's gonna force his base to live. I don't really like chasing the vial, but he's getting the surrounds and he's like, VULNOX is microing like a god.
Yeah, SCV is starting to go down. But can he hang on to this position? Bio's coming in from all sides for, you know, Lurker shooting a straight line. He's gonna lose all of them.
Yeah, but this is like the first time in you know a while since that initial 2-base mute attack that I feel like VULNOX has kind of gotten ahead again.
He needs to take a fourth hatchery. Okay, he does have one queued up, but there's a Widow Mine sitting right where he wants to go.
Yeah.
That kills the
I
drone.
just wish he, you know, take some time, set up his economy.
Planetary
Needs
Fortress is going to be the
overseers.
choice for MAURICEMOSS.
Yeah, I think, you know, good decision. And I don't like how, you know, he's going so Hydra heavy VULNOX is, and he's not going Viper. Like, Hydra Viper Lurker is fine. But so many Hydras and like a more Ling Bane Lurker comp is not good. Okay, he's gonna... double drop going
Yeah,
into
double drop
main,
coming
and
in
VULNOX is unprepared.
to the main. The creep isn't even actually spread all the way over. Okay, but VULNOX does push
Okay.
it away.
Yeah, kind of getting there at the last second. He's gonna finally clear out this. Hopefully, you know, take his fourth. And again, the whole game, this creep spread's lacking. MAURICEMOSS, I think, doing the perfect thing, and he added on a second factory for 2-fact tank. And this is exactly what he needs to do.
Yep, now VULNOX looking to attack into a planetary. There's no turn over here yet.
Yeah, I don't think this is the call though. I feel like you're gonna lose so much. He doesn't have the
Well,
economy.
I mean, he gets the planetary, but now he's surrounded.
Oh, big bait hit. And again, attacking the lurkers. There's just not enough. There's only these 2 lurkers. Okay, he holds it off.
Get
He
away
can't
from
go
the
down
tank.
yeah, he can't fight these tanks. He needs to pack up and go. Okay, good.
All right. And this game's so scrappy so far. VULNOX hanging on. And he takes
Wait,
out that fourth base. But he
Did
didn't.
VULNOX cancel his fourth?
He
or
might have.
What happened?
I see it.
I thought he was taking it.
I see it queued up, but there's no drone there yet.
Yeah, because he killed the mine. I guess I
Mm.
missed. Maybe there was a drop or something. I totally missed it.
Maybe it was canceled. I don't know. Either way, forced to remake that.
Yeah, and, you know, I would have really liked his position if he had that base up, but it's just started now.
Yeah, and he's way behind on upgrades right now too. So this is a rough spot. MAURICEMOSS
Yeah,
taking his time here. I mean, he's gonna fly over an orbital, retake his fourth base, and playing defensively.
I feel like in these scrappy games, you always see, especially in ZBT, where like, you know, maybe you're more mineral heavy, especially if you are not good with playing with tier 3 tech, you know? You float a lot of gas.
Right.
Because, you know, Terran, like probably your Ghost Live micro is not the best, and a Zerg, your Viper and Fester micro is not the best. So a lot of times you just kind of choose not to build those units, but then you end up with so much gas.
Both players floating well over 1,000 gas. Widow Mine
Yeah.
takes out the detection, actually. It shoots the Overseer. Now it's getting Lings as well.
I don't know about attacking into these tanks, but most of them are on siege. Oh, we can just siege lurkers now. Oh, this could be huge. Oh, no. Tanks are holding on.
Oh, man. That bunker finally goes down. Does he have another scan? There's the scan. Hydra's rallying into a bad fight here. I feel like the supply it's been basically 93 to 112 for like the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's been pretty close back and forth, but I think MAURICEMOSS just transitions a little better than VULNOX with these different stages of the game. So this is a nice pickup here. Oh, he moves the back. I really feel like he could have at least taken a better trade against some of those tanks that were unsieged. But yeah, VULNOX just playing such a low econ style.
Yeah, he's still just on 51 workers. More tank and bio pushing towards his base. And again, Terran's on 3-3. And VULNOX is still, I think, on 1-1. He's on 2, yeah, 1-2.
Yeah, oh,
He's forced to take this fight. So many siege tanks.
See how good lurkers are with the just by bio. They just annihilate bio. It's just the tanks that they do. And like they don't even have the lurker radius. It's still researching. And GG!
Yeah, alright. MAURICEMOSS. Absolutely sweeping it.
Yeah, taking the dominating 3-0 in the finals. GG, well played to MAURICEMOSS.
Wow.
Royal Roader of the Cauldron.
What a back and forth. VULNOX really giving it his all there in this last game. Trying to get anything done with the Ling run bys, with the lurkers, but in the end, MAURICEMOSS just too powerful.
Yeah, wow, that was a really interesting series. You know, maybe that's the thing. You just gotta throw him off game one with that the proxy 3-racks.
What a strong start to this series. He really did just sort of kick the door down, be like, this is mine.
Yeah, didn't really give VULNOX an opportunity to, you know, maybe set up his order of builds. You know, like, oh, I want this build into this build, and then that's gonna fake this build. And we saw MAURICEMOSS kind of correctly reading what VULNOX is gonna do in game 4. Like, I don't think we talked about how well VULNOX played in this past game, from, you know, going up against basically the worst possible build. If you're going to base meta,
yeah,
like playing into that.
The blind counter.
And it was totally blind, right? MAURICEMOSS did not scout. He was, you know, kind of banking on VULNOX, you know, doing what he did, and he read him like a book.
Yeah, VULNOX, maybe, like I said, like, I mean, he had his previous series, which was the same matchup casted right before this. Maybe needed to try some earlier aggressions, but he did play really well. His micro was super on point, especially with some of his muta harass.
Oh, yeah.
But MAURICEMOSS just was set up. I mean, he had turrets in the right places. Widow Mines, a big deciding factor in some of these engagements. And ultimately, I mean, sweeps the founder himself, 3-0.
I think VULNOX actually microed quite well against some of the mines. I think I only saw one huge mine hit in that Oxide game, which is like the early one onto all the Banes.
It was all Banes, yeah.
Other than that, you know, there was some friendly fire mines, and there was a few where VULNOX, you know, kind of expertly like manually detonates the Bane on top of the mine.
Right?
To kill it.
Or baits it out with the Ling. I saw that as well. So yeah, he was definitely like mentally keeping track of where those were, which is really good play.
Yeah, but I think MAURICEMOSS, he planned the series better than the man famous for planning series.
And he just just stim and win, and not much VULNOX could do about it there towards the end. As you said before,
he played super solid.
As you said before, he was really trying to stick to this mid-game style, with staying on like a lower economy, and might have cost him.
Yeah, I mean, that's not even like a low economy. It's like a super low economy. That's why I was excited for the Death Aura game. Because he was playing that, like okay, you're going 3-hatch meta, and like, you know, maybe he's a little late getting to 80 drones, because I don't think he scouted. MAURICEMOSS was building his 4th CC. And we saw, you know, VULNOX get into some really good positions there. But I want to highlight MAURICEMOSS's consistency. You know, like throughout. Yeah. I don't think his play ever slipped. You know, VULNOX had some great moments, but he also had some not as great moments, and MAURICEMOSS was just kind of like the picture of consistency.
And like basically being prepared by the time the threat showed up, either with a bunker or with the turrets against the Buta plays. So good scouting and good game awareness from MAURICEMOSS for sure.
Yeah.
But also-
his transitions were great as well.
But also well played by VULNOX. Good job, man. And congratulations to MAURICEMOSS, our champion.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see him in the Cauldron finals. This will be fun.
All right.
I don't, but maybe opinions on did VULNOX throw the series because he doesn't want to win his own tournament.
No, I think he wanted to win.
No, I'm just kidding.
I think he wanted to win.
We're all Smurfs here in the Cauldron, you know.
Oh man, well what an awesome series. WIZZER, thank you for joining in on the casting.
Yeah, Flapjack, it's been a ton of fun.
Awesome, dude. I'll catch you for the next one. And guys,
All right, see you, man.
all right, buddy. See you later. And tell you guys on Twitch, we're gonna find someone to raid right quick. But thanks for hanging out with us. It's been a good time. Well played, VULNOX, and congratulations again to MAURICEMOSS. Absolutely slaughtering it. And we're gonna raid Pilly Pilly. So thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. Stay tuned for more Cauldron events. And hell yeah, thanks for joining us. It's been fun. And congratulations, MAURICEMOSS. Enjoy some Pilly, guys. See you later.